yeah. Well, it's 9 o'clock now. It's the clock's ticked over and big.
Yeah, well, it's actually nearly 9:01 now. It's 9 o'clock and 45 seconds.
1974.
So.
That stopped it, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but next week will be an hour
different.
Spring forward, fall back.
Yeah, so we'll be here an hour ago.
Yeah, will we? So
yes.
Yeah, spring forward. So yeah, so it would be.
We'll be in the future. We'll be in the future next week.
Now it would be 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Whereas right now we're in the past, but next week we'll be in the future.
I'm in the present.
You're just in the past. I'm in well in the past.
No, you're further in the past, but
yeah, I'm in black and white almost.
So spring forward, fall back.
Spring forward and autumn back. Yeah.
Autumn back. That doesn't quite work, does it?
Well, I'm not American. I can't say fall and be sensible about it. But yeah.
I wonder if in Australia it's the other way around. Is it fall?
Yeah, they go. Their clocks go.
I just wonder why there was so much chat going on, but I've just realised that I've got the stream running on YouTube in the background 20 seconds later.
Hooray!
Ah, so you've got the past.
Yeah.
You've also got the massive lag probably as well, and the streaming PC fan.
Well, we're here. Anyway, we're here. It's turned 9 o'clock. So good evening, everybody. It's Monday. It's 9:01. And it's the eModels live stream. Yay!
Yay!
Hermit flail. Rods on my hands, look.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome once again to the Monday Night live stream from eModels, emodels.co.uk.
Your one-stop shop for all your model making needs.
And if they haven't
build something awesome.
And if you haven't got it, you probably don't need it.
Oh, it's going to be one of those evenings again.
Before every trip.
Before we start, we'll want to know tonight what's on your bench and what's in your belly. Remember that one?
Yeah, belly and bench and belly.
I'm not sure I want to ask, but Phil Lewis says you have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
You. Now remember, when you tell us what's in your belly, that can be either what you're going to have for tea, what you've had for tea, what you're planning. If you say something like pizza, you can't just do that. You have to say what is on the pizza. If you have to say curry, you can't just say curry. You've got to say, you can't just give us half the information.
Well, I was healthy eating tonight. Chicken salad with all the cheese and dressings and the chips. And
chicken salad's all right as long as you change the chicken up for some steak or something like proper meat, not just chicken. And in place of the salad, you can add chips and stuff like that. But apart from that, it's fine. Yeah.
Not that I'm saying anything, Ted, or making any accusations here, but you might need to make sure model making chicken appears on the stream at some point, just for safety purposes.
Yeah, I spend most of my time at the moment chasing model making chicken out of the house. I think she's addicted to cat food because you open the back door, she's between your legs and in the kitchen picking at the cat food before you can see.
Where's the cat at this point?
The cat has run to the other end of the house because it's frightened stiff of the chicken.
The thing is that you've got to think about it. If you're a chicken, if you've got a choice of being outside in the cold and wet with a bit of seed or coming indoors where it's warm and you've got actual moist, meaty products, I know where I'd go.
You do need to be worried, though. What cat food? It's not chicken-flavoured cat food, is it?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. It's just stick to it. You can it actually with a long patio that sort of goes around the side of the house, and she can hear the kitchen door open, and she comes. You know, have you seen chickens run, like on the film Chicken Run? Well,
yeah.
It runs down the patio to the back door because it just heard the latch go. So yeah, it's addicted to cat food, I think.
Yes, this wouldn't surprise me.
Right. So what have people? What have you got? What's on your bench and in your belly? But in the meantime, Foxx. Hello. Good evening. Welcome.
Hello. Hey Ted. How you doing?
Coming along. What have you been?
Good evening. I'll get it out of the way now.
Yep.
Get it out of the way before I do my spiel. This day in 1655, Christian Huygens discovered Titan, Saturn's largest satellite. There you go, Christian Huygens.
16:55. That's like nearly 5 o'clock.
I know, it's almost 5 o'clock. It's basically crackerjack time. It's 5 to 5. It might have been a Friday.
18:55 is nearly 7 o'clock.
No, 16:55, Ted.
Oh, 16:55.
But 1865. Yes, you're right. You're right, Ted. Yes.
And strangely enough, the Huygens probe was named after Huygens. Strangely.
Nah.
Who'd have thunk it? So
I thought it was named after John Probe.
Yeah, Dave Probe. So, as always, don't forget, if you're watching this, we do want you to come and join the live chat because we'll be doing sticker giveaways. And it's a giveaway week again this week.
Ooh.
Have a giveaway.
Free stuff.
Don't forget, you don't know at what point we're going to do the giveaway. And the giveaway prize, we might get word at the last minute from He Who Must Be Obeyed or Mrs. He Who Must Be Obeyed, who's actually in charge. They might change it for something else. So it's always worth sticking to the very end because you never know what's going to happen. But yes, if you're watching this, we want you to come and join in the live chat where you can ask questions and all that nonsense. If you can't see the live chat on the side of the screen, it's usually on this side of the YouTube player somewhere. Then you're not on YouTube, so click the little YouTube icon down here in the corner of the player. That will magically transport you to the YouTube page where you can see the typey chat and you can join in. And you should join in because we need stuff to talk about. Please, for the love of dog, we need you to give us stuff to talk about.
Remember, it's your chat. It's up to you which way you guide us, whether you guide us onto model making or whether you guide us onto food or it is TV.
Ted, they're never going to guide us onto model making.
No. We start off with good intentions, but it never ends up that way.
But then you start the stream and it all goes wrong. But yes, if you'd like to ask us a question, if you're doing it in chat, then please do. Just make sure to put your question either in big fat capital letters, the whole thing, so we have a chance of seeing it, because we're very busy being here pretty on television. It's quite hard work, so we don't see the chat. We miss a lot of stuff in chat. So do put your question in big fat capital letters, the whole thing. Or if you want to, you can hit the super chat icon, the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That will put your comment in a big coloured box, and we have zero chance of missing it in that case. So yeah, you can do that. Of course, if there's just no way you can get chat, if you're on a mobile device or a tablet or something like that, and you can't get chat at all, no matter what you do, then you can just send us an email. Send your question or comment via email. It's ted@emodels.co.uk. Your one-stop shop for all your model making needs.
You don't put that on the end of the UK bit.
Yeah. Just eModels.
Finished off the UK.
It's quite a long email address to put all that on.
Yeah, it's ted@eModels, emodels.co.uk, Ted, eModels.
Your one-stop shop for all your model making needs.
Yeah, .co, yeah.
Hashtag.
Just to clarify, it's ted@eModels.co.uk. End of it.
I'll type it in the chat, shall I? That'd be...
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. There's somebody out there somewhere with the email ted@eModels, emodels.co.
Yeah, I've spelled it all right, I think. So there we go.
Yeah, it'd be funny if you didn't, though.
No, I double checked.
ted@emodels.co. Do join in the chat. The live chat is our lifeline, and it's brilliant fun. And we'll be doing sticker and mug giveaways later on, where you need to be in the chat to win it. You need to be in it to win it. So if you want to win and sticker and mug, you need to be in the live chat. So sort it out. Press the button. Do it now.
Yeah. Anyway, just before we go and catch up on what's in chat, we'll ask Chris. Hi, Chris. What have you been doing this week? Anything?
Hello. I've been doing very little this week, really. I've been playing on the Xbox mostly this week.
Heathen.
Yeah.
Was I supposed to say what I was doing, by the way? Because I totally didn't.
No, you didn't.
We're not bothered.
Yeah,
it's too late now.
Yeah, you missed your opportunity.
That's right. Nobody cares now.
Doing something else.
I did get me tugs out. I got me tugs out. I'm going to start doing the dioramery type thing for them. So I've got that ready to go, but I just haven't done it. I got me out and then drifted away to another room and started playing the Xbox.
Oh, well. A bit of light relief. You don't need to stick at the bench all the time. You go do something more. Why don't you just switch off your television set and go do something
more interesting instead?
Why don't you dig? I've got the tune in my head now. And is it me, right? But for the last 3 years of that series, was it always in Ireland?
I thought it was always in Ireland, wasn't it?
No, because it's the last 3 years. It's where I learned to say film. I'm going to watch a film.
And film.
So when I went to this day, if you look on my hard drive where all my video stuff is, on my editing stuff, folders where I got my video footage and stuff, I always have the folder for the episode with all the bits of video clips and all the graphics and stuff. And there's a folder in there called Final Films, which is where the final rendered version of the video goes. To this day, I still say film.
Yeah, now I can't. To be honest, I remember the title, but I can't remember watching it. Maybe I switched off my television set.
Went and did something more interesting instead.
Yeah. No, I've vague memories, but only vague. I just remember like it seemed to be always in Ireland on some like random farm with underwashed children or something towards the end.
Was it anything particular? I remember the program, but I have no memory of the actual program.
Yeah,
did they do anything, or what happened in it?
Are you not remembering blocker boots here, Chris?
Not at all. No.
I've come to a blank on that program now.
You don't remember blocker boots?
No.
Oh, anybody in chat remember blocker boots?
I think you might have imagined it.
It was one single sketch from the entire run of Why Don't You that I remembered for no reason at all.
Oh, right. So it was a sketch show.
No, it was like they had little segments and little things. AJ says it was on after the double deckers.
Oh, I remember the double deckers. I remember the song. I've now got the song going around in my head. Ring a bell, ding ding.
Should I have a look at who's been here?
Yes, who's in the chat today?
The first chat, I have.
Yeah, the chat's been scrolling ahead.
It has. I've just scrolled to the top of it. And the first one I see in there is Red Len saying, "Evening, Dad, your lordship." So I'm assuming that Dad was in there before that, but I know other people have been in there even before that.
We don't count mods in the who was in first thing now.
No, that's right. You get your spanner, you don't count in the who's here first. So Red Len won, according to mine, but everyone else's might be different. Festa's in as well, another mod. Michael Jackman, hi, all tonight. I'm in the pub. She's away again. Had a nice steak. Now he's going to watch the match. And then Foxx is saying, "Blimey, you're all early." And George Gabriel's in, says 97 minutes. So I'm assuming that's how long ago before the start that this was happening. It doesn't tell me the time. It'd be quite useful if it put a little time code on the side, but it doesn't.
It'd be interesting one week if we set the stream up to like 3 days in advance and see who turns up.
It doesn't remember the chat that long by any stretch because I've seen things. Bob Saltable Bobbington is in. Michael Jackman, as I said. Spiddy Q8. George Gabriel, Andrew Leary, Michael Jackman, George Gabriel, Christopher C's in. Evening all. People that I've already spoken to. Me, I popped in then. That's when I came along.
Are you in chat, Chris?
I was in chat, and I'm sort of in chat still now. But then you get the whole little banner that says, "Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines."
Yeah, that's easy. That's when you've.
That's when you joined. Although my comment like 2 things above that, so I don't get it. Skullfish is in. eModels UK.
Skullfish.
Stroom 13. Stroom.
Oh no, I've not seen Stroom for a while. Stroom.
Hello everybody. He says, "Sorry, I can't stay. I have to work early tomorrow, like every day each week." So
yeah.
they probably were there, but they're not there anymore. But if you watch back again, hello.
Actually, that's 2 people now that we have to do their names in a deep, slightly painful voice because you've got you've got whoever it was you just mentioned a moment ago. I've already forgotten. No, not Stroom.
Goldfish.
Skullfish. That's Skullfish. And also Ted.
Continuing down, we've got Ickle Pete, Redline 8, LD, Phil Kit, AJ, Paul Horner, Stephen Hill Harris, Zadster's in, making models, that'll be Carl. Talking of trouble, evening everyone. It's not sticker time yet. No, not yet.
Yeah, but every time you mention Carl, I remember I've got to get the stickers out.
Adam Clark, Wayne Hayward, Michael Brown, Mark, Rusting Customs Models, another mod, Vincent, Mr. Loth's model making's in. Phil Lewis, Swinging Pig. Folded over eModels sticker. John Bias is in. Nana Sunrise.
Nana Sunrise.
Stephen Rolfe, Anders Eriksson, Paul DiTomasio, Andrew Leary, Michael Jackson, Spruglu Addict in, LD, Luke Loza, Anders, away. I think I'm almost up. Oh, Paul's in at Team Inept. It says, on this day in 1665, Dad celebrated his 21st birthday.
Poor Dad.
Harsh. Very harsh. Did it just before. Festa's saying that to Michael Jackman that he remembers his first time in a pub.
I remember my first time in a pub, actually.
I don't go to pubs. It's not my thing.
I was a child in the 70s, so I don't have memories of that period because I was too young.
Yeah.
In the 70s, we were in pubs all the time because it was 1975. children smoked and drank beer. So
That's when you could go to the pub, couldn't you? There was a little off license. There was a little hatch in the bar, and it slid that. What do you want? Can I have a bottle of stout, please, for my dad? Right, stout. 4p, please. Slam. And he left me with a bottle of stout to take up. Dad, yeah, I remember that.
I think that's more of a Cumbrian thing, Ted.
Was your dad even there? That's the real.
We just had the pub.
Yeah, it was. Your dad could send you to the pub for a bottle of stout and 40 Woodbines.
Yeah, or if you go right far back to when I was a real kid, you know, your mum or dad could send you out to the shop to get 4 cigarettes in a paper wrap.
Right, we've got some answers to the bench and belly question.
Oh, what's yes. Belly?
Stephen Rolfe says belly, chicken wings, healthy and spicy. Bench, nothing. Just finished my robot B9 at last.
Can I ask a question? If you got a choice between a chicken wing, a chicken drumstick, big fat chunky meat, or you've got a chicken breast, which is all meat, or a chicken wing, which is a molecule of meat and a bit of bone, why would you not have the breast or the drumstick?
Yeah, what happens to the rest of the chicken?
Yeah, and there's another question. Why don't KFC do buckets of just drumsticks?
Because they'd run out of drumsticks, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Well, they just have more.
Yeah, but you can't just pull the legs off chickens and then let them go on their merry way because they can't go anywhere.
An enormous amount of drumsticks. They don't understand that people with beards have troubles with anything other than a drumstick. It's quite a logistical problem.
Luke's got Popeye chicken, spicy, with a side of Trumpeter Panzerjägerwagen.
Cool.
Alex Erickson asks, going back to the chicken eating cat food, if cat food's made of chicken, it makes it a cannibal. Yeah, chicken, cat food. Yeah,
that's what I was worried about.
You can eat anything.
Phil Lewis on the bench of various dinosaurs and prehistoric plants.
Yay, dinosaurs! Dinosaurs are the best thing ever. Dinosaurs are better than everything.
Well, I don't know. His belly currently contains smoked ham, baked spud, and green beans.
It's nice, but not as good as dinosaurs.
Red Len's got roast guinea fowl, potatoes, leeks, warhammer on bench.
Roast guinea fowl.
He's eating it in the back of his Range Rover.
I don't know that roast guinea fowl, potatoes, and leeks go with warhammer.
Wait, I was going to say you kind of ran it all into one sentence there.
But it is one sentence.
About that big.
Smithers, you may now serve the smoked guinea fowl. The stream has started.
Can I have a side of Chaos Marines, please? And isn't a guinea fowl like that big or something?
No, that's mini fowl. You're wrong.
Is that micro? No,
that's mini fowl. Yeah, it's different.
Okay.
Paul DiTomasio is making chicken wings and fries.
But he's on chicken at the moment.
Yeah, chicken's right, but it's definitely a second choice meat.
Yeah,
I'd rather go for something meaty. It's not really a meat, is it? Chicken.
No.
Zadster says probe. Michael Jackman had a packet of cheese and onion crisps as well. Osric says probe.
Those that don't know that they're alluding to me on when I do a video game live stream. I play Elite Dangerous and I do probes, and I say probe very. What's the word I'm looking for?
Dirtily,
yeah, filthy dirtily. I won't do it now. It's a family friendly show. Probe.
All right, I'm just reading through.
What else? The people. What else?
Catching up on stuff. Mr. Loft Model Making Vincent says on the bench, a massive 148th B1B bomber engines and the instructions for the perfect grade Falcon. He just needs the 0.25mm fibre, then he can get started on that. Belly, burger, potatoes, and a lovely Savoy cabbage.
Yeah, I think the idea though is the 148th B1 bomber and the instruction for PG Falcon. Going wrong a little bit there. So.
Yeah,
that may be causing problems.
On this massive project, so I'll start on another massive project on my small bench.
Yeah, just don't mix the parts up. Yeah, the 148 B1 bomber, that's about as big as the house. Yeah.
Just interestingly, before Chris carries on, because I don't know where Chris is up to in the chat, so I'll let you carry on with who's eating what. But George Gabriel says, speaking of food, the great state of Colorado has defined sandwiches.
Yeah.
Hamburgers, hot dogs, frozen peaches, burritos, chicken wings, etc. So legally, chicken wings are a sandwich. Who thinks that a pizza is a sandwich?
Pizza could be an open sandwich.
Yeah. So when is a burrito a sandwich?
It's sort of wrapped up in stuff.
How is a chicken wing a sandwich? There's not
chicken wing. I wouldn't give you that. No.
You Americans are crazy. Just
unless it's between two slices of bread, it's not a sandwich.
yeah, if it's between two slices of bread, anything is a sandwich. Hot dog is not a sandwich because it's not two slices of bread; it's two halves of a finger roll.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
it's
got to be slices of bread.
You
Can't
could
be
put a hot dog in a
roll.
sandwich.
Because if it's two halves of a roll or a bap or a barm, then it's not a sandwich; it's a barm or a bap or a finger roll.
What if you turn it that way?
Then you're an idiot because everything falls out. All the tomato sauce goes on your lap and you have to leave the cinema. It's embarrassing.
Paul at TMNet's threatening to ban people if they don't subscribe. He's not really going to ban anybody. You're all okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the sandwiches one. There you go. I've just caught up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, carry on. Yeah.
LD tells me I need a Godzilla in the diorama for the boats.
I could see that. Make it like a Japan, a Tokyo Harbour.
Yeah, but they're not. They're done up in, I can't remember where, but there's a particular livery that use that, and it's got a name written on the back.
Hang on a minute. You're worrying about having the geographically correct livery when you're about to also put like a 600-foot tall giant bipedal dinosaur in there.
Rotterdam.
They could have been dragging the thing a long way.
I'm thinking there might have been another goal in the football because I'm hearing some shouting from downstairs.
Yeah, imagine like a Japanese cargo container breaks down just outside Rotterdam. They're going to have to drag it all the way back to Japan. So,
well, I suppose they do. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Talking about double deckers, then we go to.
Yeah, that's going around now.
Yeah, I think the food
finished. Banana splits. Yep. Thank you.
Brian, yeah, they seem to finish the food.
Time I started building the perfect grade Millennium Falcon. I've got to finish this, which won't take long, and then I've got an entire master grade Sazabi Verkar to build and paint before I start the Millennium Falcon.
Is that what you've been doing this week, Foxx?
Oh yes, I've painted a bit of the deck. There you go. There has been some work going on this week. I've started painting the deck, but I had to stop because I pinged the flagpole off again, so I've had to fix it. So yeah.
Did you know the deck?
That's why there's paint and stuff on here because I'm in the middle of filming. You see, so I was.
Andrew Leary has a question. He says, anyone had the problem with Revel's Tornado kit? Lovely 3D instructions that don't actually match the kit. I expect it's not as bad as Vincent's having trouble with his bomber, but it's got the perfect grade Balkan instructions.
Yeah, that was weird.
But I don't know. No, I've not done that one.
I built the Revel Tornado. Had you been the Eurofighter? I think it must be in the Eurofighter. I thought it went together all right. I did the 2-seat version. Maybe it's a different kit. I can't remember the instructions being in 3D. So.
Well, I mean, unless it does mean the Tornado, because that's the one that TK made. So TK made I imagine there are quite a few different tornadoes. So.
Yeah, Osric 9000 says burgers are burgers, sandwiches are sandwiches. If they were the same thing, they wouldn't be called different things, obviously.
Yes. Stefan Lassard, he says, on the bench, the Trumpeter 148th de Havilland Hornet and Edwards 148th Westland Lysander. But not much has happened with it for a while. In my belly, late night snack, Marmite toast and cereal. Well, all in the same bowl, like Marmite toast and cereal. What do you mean Marmite toast and then cereal?
Oh, yeah, I saw a thing earlier this week about Marmite peanut butter.
Ugh, bleh, bleh.
Yeah.
I don't like either of them.
I like Marmite. I like peanut butter when it's got jam in it, like peanut butter jelly sandwiches. But other than that, I don't like peanut butter.
But it might be peanut butter Marmite sandwiches, might be a thing for you.
No, because there's no jam.
Well, but there's Marmite.
Yeah, but Marmite is like a slap in the face, and peanut butter is a slap in the face, whereas peanut butter and jam is a slap in the face with a nice caress on the face. So it blanks each other out.
I see. Jam is a hug.
Jam is a hug, and peanut butter is like a bleh, and it just balances out to niceness. Whereas Marmite is just being hit with a wet fish, as is peanut butter. So
okay. My wife's also in the chat. She says 5-1 to England. So there you go. I think that's the football thing.
I don't know.
Or rugby or something. There's some sport happening.
Sports ball.
Beyond Hope says, Chris, you could always use that tug as something Godzilla has stuck between his teeth. Why has Godzilla started coming up all of a sudden? Why was it?
Godzilla. I don't know. Mr. Lewis Model Making says, completely correct. Correcting Ravel's inaccuracies on the B1B kit takes time, and you need to do it in steps or you get depressed. The original kit was meant to be a prototype B1A, so yeah, lots of correcting. Also, it's about this big.
I'm just trying to find out where you're up to.
We're nearly up to date, actually. Pete Rogers says 5-1. Take it the other team didn't turn up then.
Just to do a little bit of a handbrake turn and get out of the way now. LD asks a Warhammer question, which I'm going to assume is aimed at me. It says, what to do to a Chaos Rhino? All the extra parts are cool. Shall I just stick everything on it? If in doubt, stick everything on it. Yeah, just stick everything on it.
What way for that?
Stuff stuck on a Warhammer vehicle, especially Chaos.
Yeah, oh, Dad says, yeah, go for it, LD.
Yeah, just all the things. All the things.
Phil Lewis says, now I'm going to have to make some Marmite and peanut butter on toast.
Just to try it out. Do let us know how it goes.
Yeah. Apparently it's a big thing because Marmite haven't introduced a permanent new product line since 1902 when they introduced Marmite. Apparently it's the only thing that they make. I've never really thought about who makes Marmite, but
I didn't know the Australian Marmite is not Marmite. It's a different product that has the same name.
Oh, I didn't know they had the same name.
I didn't know that.
It's a different product, but they've kind of allowed to use the name Marmite. So Australian Marmite is made by a different company. It's not the same recipe at all. It's completely different, but it's still Marmite.
Is it the same bottle and stuff?
Similar. I think for a while it was also called Our. There's also an Australian version called Our Mate.
Well, that's all right. They can call it something. If it's different, they can call it something different. That makes sense to me.
Phil Lewis says he's been eating Marmite and peanut butter on toast for years.
And now you can get it in one pot, apparently.
Somebody did ask me, and I apologise, the comment's gone. Is there no red top pot of paint in my collection? No, but I'll put that there just to make the balance correct. There you go.
So the people, is that right then? The people that make Marmite don't make anything else?
They don't. Apparently they make Marmite.
Right.
They've done limited edition runs of different types of Marmite in the past. I remember there being an extra strong one or something.
Right. It's probably, it'd probably take too much to get the devil to bless everything that he makes, so we'll just stick to one item.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on, who makes Marmite? I'm having to look that up now.
I don't know. It's made by the Marmite company.
It's made by Unilever.
Oh, right.
They're kind of the biggest company in the universe.
Well, it's obviously the Marmite factory then, rather than.
Well, Unilever make toilet chemicals.
I took the information. It says Marmite, type, food brand, inventor Justus von Liebig, inception at 1902, manufacturer the Marmite Food Extract Company.
There you go.
Supplier of Unilever. And apparently I'm wrong, it's New Zealand that has a different spread called Marmite. It's also called Marmite.
Yeah. Angus a lot says we get Marmite, Promite, and Vegemite.
Yep. And I believe there is one called Our Mate as well, because I saw a label on it that said Our Mate.
Yeah, but they might have just done a special label because it was your mate Marmite, our mate Marmite on it.
Yeah. But apparently it was yeast left over from the brewing process, and they thought, we'll just see what happens if we put it to one side and eat it, and it came out, and that's where it came from.
Yeah, how do people? Yeah, it always amazes me how people think of this.
How did who first figured out that you can milk a cow?
And what was he trying to do?
Exactly what. Don't wake up and think.
Paul, our resident food expert, says Marmite XO was incredible. I think that was the extra strong version. He says far superior to regular Marmite. The Guinness version was rank.
As that says, fizzy drinks are 2 years old, 200 years old this week, invented by a bloke in Leeds.
They won't be fizzy anymore, then, will they?
Nope.
So
That'll
not
be busy anymore, but they'll still be on the back of the Alpine van going round.
Now, fizzy pop. Yeah, do you remember, first of all, the guy that used to come around and deliver the pop off the back of a truck?
Yeah, the Alpine pop man with the grumpy-looking 15-year-old.
Yeah.
I've said this before, but we've still got, because we used to get the Alpine Pop Man every week in the 70s, we've still got 2 bottles of Alpine Pop in the front bedroom that have just been there for since 1978. And they're kind of glowing neon yellow, so I don't really know what they were. So
I bet if you put them on eBay, you'd flog them for a fortune.
Alpine Pops with a little screw top bottle.
Yeah.
Stephen Rolfe remembers the Alpine Pop Man.
Yeah. So what was your favourite pop? We used to have a special brew up here in Cumbria. If anybody's in Cumbria, well, certainly in Barrow, in Lancashire, it was Marsh's Sass. Did you ever have that when you came up?
Was that sarsaparilla?
It wasn't called sarsaparilla. It was Marsh's sass.
No idea.
That one.
It was a version of sarsaparilla. The apparently, like Coca-Cola, the recipe is secret.
Right.
There's nobody brewing it now or making it now. People have tried to copy it, and there is one or two rare bottles that seem to exchange hands behind in darkened back streets and things like that for lots of money. So yeah,
I don't think we had anything local. I mean, when we were kids, we would just drink anything we were given, basically.
Yeah.
I really used to like Quattro. It was like 4 different fruit flavors, and it was a can of Quattro. It was called. It's not around anymore. It disappeared in the 80s. And what else was there? I think for me it was just D&B, Dandelion and Burdock.
Oh, Dandelion and Burdock, yeah.
Summer days in the 1970s, a bottle of Dandelion and Burdock. Ooh.
It was a bit like medicine.
No, it was nice, man. It was nice. Then again, I like cod liver oil and malt when I was a kid. So
I don't know about any drinks, but the Nestles factory was local to me here, or Nestle as they call it now, but they didn't used to. It was Nestles.
It's always Nestles, yeah.
Yeah. You used to be able to tell which way the wind was blowing because you could smell coffee.
Yeah, because it was always Nestle's Milky Bar, wasn't it? Wasn't ever Nestle Milky Bar.
No.
Wait, Pete Rogers is king of the lab because he says Top Deck Limeade and Lager. Remember Top Deck? Oh,
that was when you were pretending to be grown up, wasn't it, and drunk off Top Deck Lime and Lager.
Well, Andrew Leary mentions Shandy Bass in the huge can, but I used to think that Shandy Bass was common because I like Shandy Pilsner, which was the same 440ml can, but it was like Shandy Pilsner. It was a bit nicer than Shandy Bass.
Was it more expensive?
I don't think so. I've said before, when I was a young kid, my mum and dad would like send me to bed in the evening. My treat was that I go to bed with like a pack of prawn cocktail crisps, fries Turkish Delight, and a can of Shandy Pills. I was 7 or 8 years old onwards, that'd be my thing. I go to bed, sit there, have my crisps and my can of Shandy Pills, and I go to bed. Timmy Mallet on the radio, Lee 261.
Did you get crumbs all over the bed, Don?
Yeah, I didn't care when I was 7. I had my Shandy Pilsner, which was like grown-up beer. I had Timmy Mallet on the radio. I was happy.
George Gabriel says most food was figured out from people who were starving and desperate.
Yeah,
true.
Yeah, but I can't think. Yeah, whoever thinks up that food, like who would think of cochineal, for instance, grinding up beetles to make food bread?
I've just had a delivery.
Where's that come from?
Dinosaur.
Godzilla.
It's not actually. It is Godzilla. In fact, it says so on the label. I don't, because we're obviously talking about Godzilla.
It's a bit chubby. It's more like Godzuki, I think, that one.
No, Godzuki was smaller.
Yeah.
He was person sized, wasn't he? Because Godzilla was
Godzuki, that looks more like a Pokemon. That looks a bit like Char crossed with Squirtle.
It's
Squirtle one that looks like a turtle.
Apparently, it's a choking hazard.
No, do not eat.
It doesn't really say anything. It just says it's Kid Robot. Godzilla.
That's not a puffin, says Spriglo Addict.
It's not a puffin. It would probably eat a puffin. It's got spikes. So yeah, I don't think I'll be putting that in the diorama though. But
we have a actual query about model making.
Oh, quick!
Tesco Club Card UK Gaming. I like that name. What's your tell about that, mate? Tesco Club Card UK Gaming. There's no way to advertise that, to mention that without advertising it. It says, "Hey lads, any of you guys familiar with the Sparmax Arism Viz?" He goes on in another comment to say, pressure gauge reached 50 psi. As soon as I start the airflow, it drops straight to around 12 psi, even using the silver bullet. Dial in at 30 psi, pull the trigger, airflow drops to 12. So it's constantly basically dropping down to 12 when you're pulling the trigger. First and foremost, you don't want to be painting anything at 50 psi. That's way too much.
No, I can only think it's probably got a leak somewhere.
Yeah, there's some kind of like valve or regulator type thing is not, because I mean I find on mine I'll put the pressure up to whatever, like 18 or 20, I'll pull the trigger, it'll drop down to 0, I'll put it back up to 18 again, it'll stick. I think just because mine's a Chinese knockoff, it's just a cheapy thing. So but yeah,
I'm assuming it's with a tank rather than a direct sort of compressor.
Yeah, I mean there is. If it's got a tank, then it's basically there's hardware in there that will detect When the trigger's being pulled, obviously the airflow goes through, it detects a drop in pressure, and that's how it knows to feed. If it's one of the ones where it just feeds air when you hit the trigger, I don't know if it's a pull the trigger, air feeds, or if it's just air feeds and then it empties the tank, and I don't know, but it could be something that the sensor that detects the pressure is going weird. It kind of sounds bust, basically, I think. I don't know if it's fixable or not.
Just check for leaks, especially around the other side of the pressure gauge. Probably that's all that's connected in there is your airline and your airbrush. Just check that everything's tightened up. The air is going somewhere.
They say they're just testing the pressure. They only got it today, so they weren't actually trying to spray at 50.
Oh, okay. I mean, it could also be that it might just be like, maybe the pressure gauge isn't screwed in properly. It could be absolutely fine. It's just being weird. I don't really know, because it's kind of hard with compressors. They can be a bit weird sometimes. I'm not familiar with that specific one though. But yeah, you don't need to go up as high as 50 psi. 25 is the most you want to go for primers. Really.
Yeah, give it another go, and if not, phone. I don't know where you got it from, but Sparmax, I think they have a helpline, don't they? Have a look in your instruction book. You might find an online sort of contact or a phone number to ring.
No, you got some more information there. It says it's one of those tankless ones, so it continuously runs until you put the airbrush on the smart stop. You checked for leaks, couldn't find any.
Okay. First thing I'd do is try using it in anger. Obviously, connect to an airbrush and try spraying something just to see. And then if you got it from the guys at eModels, obviously give them a call first and see if they can help you out. If you got it from somewhere else, obviously give the retailer a call first, just in case. The first protocol is always to contact the people you got it from, who you bought it from,
and then go and get one from eModels.
Yeah, and come back to us and get one. It's always the first protocol is always the retailer, in case there's always the slim possibility there's just something wrong with it, and most retailers will just replace it.
Wayne Harewood says make sure there's PTFE on the tape, on all the screw threads and things like that. Make it real sort of solid and airtight, and that might just solve it. I tend to think there's a leak somewhere.
Yeah, it could be.
To drop it that much.
Yeah.
Vincent and Mr. Lowe says Foxx explains solenoids, aka how to make them sound like magic. I don't even know what you mean. What did I say? I have no idea.
I don't remember you saying anything about solenoids, but
yeah.
Michael Jackman's debating whether to have another beer or walking home.
Yes.
Stephen Hill Harris says you better drive. You may be too drunk to walk. To which he says, "I'm a law-abiding citizen. I left the car at home." It keeps reminding me of that joke about should I?
If you've had a drink, leave the car where it is.
Yeah. Helicopter instead.
I keep remembering that joke about they told me to take the bus home, but it turns out I can't drive a bus when I'm drunk either.
Yeah, picture of Bush crashed into a wall. Skullfish says with the funky compressor. Try some soapy bubbles around all your connections. Yeah, if you're trying to find a leak in a tire, if you've got a compressor, get some normal soap, like dish soap or hand soap, and just smear it over all the bits where there's like valves or connections or where there's the seam line around the tank of the compressor, and just see if you do it. Is there any bubble? Is it bubbling at all? Because you'll see when in bicycle tire, you put it underwater and you see where the leak is. It's the same kind of thing, but you can't put your compressor underwater, so.
We can, but we wouldn't advise it.
Yeah.
He says, thanks for all your help. I already have an order currently in the post from you guys. So.
Yeah, well, good.
Cool. But yeah, as I say, whoever you got it from, even if it was from us, you always go for your retailer. Something like that, go to the retailer first. Because if it is faulty, a lot of retailers will just say, you know what, give it back to us and we'll give you a replacement.
Yeah, I'll ask around the internet or anything first, because it might be a common thing that people say, "Oh no, you just need to turn this there and it's sorted."
Yeah,
but
I mean, I know all about that. When I many years ago when I got my Series 3 Land Rover, never had a Land Rover before. Went all the way. It was up in New Mills. Fell in love with it. Gave them the money. Bought it. Drove it home. There was smoke and burning smells coming out of the cab, coming in the cab all the way home. I was like, "This thing's knackered." So the next day, I drove it all the way back up to New Mills. And the guy said, "Yeah, you know that ratchet sound when you put the handbrake off and it goes click, click, click?" Yeah, he said, "There's another click if you do it a bit further." You just had it on one click on the handbrake all the way home. And I'm like, okay, I'll go away. I didn't know because you go click, 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 and it's the handbrake's down. But there's an extra click, but it's like and he's like, so I'm driving home thinking, where's all this smoke coming from?
Yeah, so it wouldn't climb hills and it wouldn't accelerate. And...
Yeah, it actually drove fine, but it was like just a bit, whew, it's burning.
Is that the one that you've got the switches on that you don't know what they do?
Yeah, in the old Series 3, there's a yellow and a red lever down at the floor. One is for high and low ratio, one is for four-wheel drive and two-wheel drive. They're not got any markings on them. So when I got this, I had no idea whether it was in high or low ratio, or whether it was in four-wheel drive or two-wheel drive. And to this day, I have no idea. I just left them out. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not even going to touch them.
You could Google it now.
Well, no, because if you imagine, it's a yellow ball on a stick, and there's no specific thing like here is on, here is off. It's just they randomly wiggle around on the floor.
It must locate into two different positions.
Yeah, but you don't know which is which. So.
No, but I'm sure it's a thing. It's always to the left is something and always to the right is something else. You could find out now.
Probably is, but then again, these things are so bent and art-shaped, you don't know which is which. So I never knew to this day anyway. So.
Yeah, most of the Land Rover, they had a metal plaque just below those two wiggly sticks that tell you how to do it. But I could never get down enough to read them myself. So, like you, I was always at a wonder what the red and yellow levers did and which combination you pushed forward and pulled back.
Well, there was the yellow thing and the red thing down like way down, and they were like that. They came out of the floor, and then they kind of went like that and up in a bit. And you never knew what related to what. But then on the console. On the sort of the front of it, there's also a triangle thing with a slidey thing like that. I've got no idea what that was for.
Did you try playing with it and see if it made any difference to how it drove?
Have you ever driven a Land Rover? Because nothing makes difference to anything. You'd lose the wheel and you wouldn't notice.
Yeah, yeah, they just constantly drive as though, whatever gear you're in, they just drive the same.
There's no such thing as a pleasant journey in a Land Rover.
I've been in a Land Rover, but I've never driven one.
No, I mean, in Series 3, basically, you turn the engine on, and for that point, you're just going, this is brilliant! And then you get out, and then all the noise stops, and you can't hear anything. So if you turn it to four-wheel drive, turn the engine off, if a wheel fell off, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know they're a little bit sort of more up-to-date now, but basically, they were a Land Rover, and you couldn't recline the seats. The seats were right angles, and there was no cushioning, and... as you said yourself, you're either too big or you're too small. You had to be the right size to fit a Land Rover.
Yeah, the old joke was, because it was basically bulkhead with pieces of foam covered in leatherette. And the old joke was, if you're not exactly the right size to get your feet on the pedals, if your legs are too short or too long, the way to adjust the seat is to sell the Land Rover and get a different car. Because there was no moving seat. It literally was the bulkhead with some foam cushions on it. It was great. And luckily I was the right height. So
we've got another mod in, another one of our builders, Nebbo Model Making's in.
Hello, matey.
And Paul de Tomasio has a question. He says, do you have anything under your compressor to reduce noise and vibration?
Yes, I've got a chunk of foam like that. Just a piece of dense...
That wasn't under your compressor?
No, this is a similar kind of thing. I can't tell you what this is because I got this company that makes cargo containers for aircraft. It's a piece of foam, but any kind of dense foam.
Yeah, or if you haven't got a spare piece around the house, next time you're passing a carpet shop, have a look in your skip. Small square of plastic carpet, shove that under it. Does great, especially if you've got, like I have, wooden floors because they dance around the floor.
Yeah, I mean my compressor's got a 2-litre tank, but it refills quite quickly. I mean, refills quite often. It empties quite quickly. So it doesn't sound too loud up here, but if I go downstairs, it's like a wow, floorboards. So yeah, I've got a piece of foam under mine. Speedy Curate says that is the most perfect description of the experience of being in a Land Rover and the fact that you cannot have a conversation with the person right next to you. Yeah.
Were your windscreen wipers linked, or were they individual ones, like the one I had?
They were probably originally linked. But when I used them, they kind of went like that, but they were kind of a very Jacques Tati kind of. They were like, and they kind of had individual. Yeah, they were kind of just token. They were more.
Yeah, that was it. With Land Rover, they were just a token gesture.
I thought you were going to say you had to reach around the front and do it by hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they never touched the windscreen anyway.
Yeah, they just kind of waved around in front and batted the rain out of the way. But it's, you know, I miss that car to this day. I recently found out this week, actually, last week, because I had it until about 2004 and then I sold it. But I actually recently found out just a few days ago what happened to it. And it's still going. It's still around. I found it mentioned on a couple of forums. So I posted up and said, that used to be my car. Here's a picture of it. It's still around. It's been upgraded and renovated quite a lot. It's still going around. It's up in Cumbria somewhere now. And it was also in the December 2015 of Classic Land Rover magazine. Mm. It was all about owning a Land Rover on a budget. So I'm like, wow, my baby went off to be famous in a magazine and everything.
Peter Rogers says the Series 2 were individual and the Series 3 were linked. Yeah, that was. I remember turning them on individually. One went because they went in different directions all the time. So, and then when the windows misted up because it was chucking it down outside and you were hot inside, you had to open the vents, which was just a piece of metal straight out to the elements.
Oh yeah, I had the running joke that if it got too hot, you had to open the flaps. Oh, I'm sweating, get me flaps open. And you didn't get anything because the flaps were like that level. So because all you had was the side windows here, which gave you nothing because half of it opened. I always had the idea of taking off the roof and putting the windscreen down, but then I thought, yeah, but then I have to get goggles. But it'd be great on a hot summer's day. Super DJ says, Fox, when are you going to finish the cartoon sub? I've only just started painting the deck. So I'll probably get it finished this week, to be honest. Next few days. I've been trying to get filming done. So I've just in the middle of filming. I've done 2 coats on the deck. I've got a few more. And then probably within the next week or so, probably. I'll probably get 1 or 2 more episodes out of it, not many.
Lord Barclay's on about the Land Rovers again. When it rained, you got as wet as the rain came in the top of the door. Yeah, well,
I didn't get that.
Yeah, the doors never fit. There was always a gap around the top.
No, I got away with it. I didn't have bad seals on the doors, but what you did get, because it was basically a tin box, was if it was cold, you got ice on the outside and the inside of the windows. So you had to scrape the inside of the windscreen. And then as you drove along with the heated unit, eventually, if it was a long journey, it might warm the thing up. Eventually, all the ice melted, but then you get all the ice dripping on you from the roof because it's a tin roof. And if it's for any reason, it's like a cold morning but not frozen, so it's all just full of dew. You get all the mist and dew on the inside. Again, you'd be driving along and it'd be dripping on you. Great, I loved it. That aside, you get a steering wheel this big that you drive like that, and you just can't. It's plastic and solid, and you can't not like it.
Yeah, that must be why all Land Rover owners smell like wet dog.
Yeah,
because they're constantly wet inside the car. You might as well take the roof off and drive in the rain because you just get as wet.
I'm just low because when I do the what's in store later on, I'll line up a picture of my old Land Rover for everybody to look at. There you go. It's all lined up and ready.
Jamie Bowen says, question, what is the best way to weather the interior of a helicopter for desert operations? Just fill it with sand. Yeah.
Sound up to about there.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess you're gonna be using. Personally, I would do like sand-colored enamel washes that you can paint on, and then get loads of thinner and wash them off so they just stay in the recesses.
Yeah. In fact, Airfix doing a great how-to. Yeah, they do a video on about Humbrol weathering washes, and one of them is applying a sand sort of effect inside a vehicle. So
the other thing I think is you'd have a little bit of maybe bits where paint's worn off, contact surface like handles and foot plates and stuff.
Yes. Sand is quite an abrasive. Well, it is very abrasive. So.
Yeah, Jamie says I've got the Revel weathering set, so I want to try them out. Yeah, try them out. Go for it.
Yeah. But I say a little bit of dry brush and metallics for things like handles, grab handles, and foot plates where your boots and stuff are going to go. You get a bit of maybe not chipping, but you might get a bit of paint rubbing off and having. On that note, by the way, just before we go anywhere, I did have an email this week.
Did you?
Well, we had an email in the inbox addressed to me.
Yeah.
Nobody ever writes to me.
No, apart from the next one.
Yeah.
Remember, if you want to send us questions or comments or shout outs or anything like that, just send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk. If you send us a question and answer to use for the sticker giveaway later on, we'll send you a sticker if we use your question and answer. Just remember to include your name and address and the question and the answer. But Glenn Philo, I never know which it is. Glenn Philo. Glenn says, what colour would you recommend for inside of the Chaos Rhino? Now, it's a Warhammer question, but I'm going to answer it so that anybody can use this. I like to do my vehicle interiors in something approaching... I've forgotten what it's called. What's that? Oh...
Green.
Paint.
Yeah, it's the green colour you get inside cockpits, and I can't remember what it's called. Zinc chloride. No, zinc...
Green.
Chromate.
Chromate.
Yes. I'd like to use that kind of zinc chromate look, which is... I don't think they do it much nowadays, but in World War II, a lot of aircraft and vehicles had zinc chromate on the interiors, which isn't a paint and not a colour. Basically, it was bare metal, which was electrostatically covered with zinc chromate, which has a green colour to it. And the idea was that it was to give it some colour, so it's not just bare metal, and protects it from the elements. But there's no point painting the interior for some of these things because it's just going to get worn off. So and to save money and save time, because they had to make these things quickly, they just gave it an electrostatic coat of plate of zinc chromate, which gave the cockpits especially that distinctive green colour. So it wasn't a paint, it was a chemical process. And it was very resistant because it wasn't a paint, you couldn't scrape it off, so it kept it protected and didn't have bare metal. Now, I like to... There's two ways I do zinc chromate colourings. I'll tell you both, because one of them is a Citadel way of doing it, and eModels don't sell Citadel paints. If I'm using Citadel paints, I like to go in with a coat of Scarsnick Green. Then I'll do a shade of Agrax Earthshade, or one of the green shades. Not sure, Bealtan Green perhaps, or Athonian Camo shade to put the shade in there, get the darkness in. And then I'll dry brush over with the Scarsnick Green again. And then I'll do a highlight dry brush of Nurgling Green, which is a really bright green colour. And that gives you quite a nice sort of zinc chromate green colour. The alternative way is Ammo by MiG actually do a paint called APC Interior Green, which is pretty much spot on for proper zinc chromate for cockpits. So I like to do it. But if it's an APC, I like to do either the green zinc chromate colour or the more traditional tank interior, which is kind of a slightly off-white, creamy white colour often. You can talk about that one.
Yeah, ivory white or something like that. Yeah, it's usual. We've got to remember, inside of an armoured fighting vehicle is usually quite dark because it's all enclosed, so they try to brighten the interior up a little bit, so that's why they paint them white.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, if it's Warhammer stuff, a lot of people just paint it the normal colour, but I like to make them as realistic as possible on the inside.
In fact, yeah, because it's Warhammer, there's no rules, really.
Yeah. But if you want to go for normal colouring, then it's usually going to be green if it's in chromate, or white.
And Glenn is actually in chat tonight. Glenn is Red Len 08.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Well,
cool.
Red Len 08 said Red Len equals Glenn Philo.
Okay, but do tell us if it's Philo or Philo.
Oh,
he's just going to put the same thing in again. It's not going to help.
He's just going to write out.
Super DJ says, I'm thinking of making some kind of board game with cartoon models like the battleship. What do you think?
Do it.
Yeah, it's going to be a big board, but yeah,
do it. There's a whole range of the Meng. There's actually a series called the Warship Builder. They do a whole range of warships and battleships and U-boats.
Are they the ones that are in a tablet game sort of thing?
Don't know. That's World War Toons.
Oh, right. Okay.
World War Toons is a video game, and Meng got the license to make the kits based on those because it kind of fits in with their chibi stuff.
So the boats aren't in that.
I don't think the Warship Builders are in that at all.
Right.
I think the Warship Builders just their own thing. But the World War Toons are based on the video game, so it fits in quite nicely. Cool. Anders Eriksson says the German World War II interior for tanks was called Cremeweiß, which is cream white.
Yeah.
Just ever so slightly warm off-white, more like a bone white. And it often works with dark chipping as well. That kind of white colour. If you watch Ted's, when you finish watching the stream, go and watch Ted's 1/16 scale Panzer IV build, because he does that kind of Cremeweiß.
Horrible colour to paint. It's best. It's best airbrushed on because it's horrible. I think I used I can't remember what colours I used. I think it was Mr. Hobby.
Yeah, you're using Mr. Hobby, weren't you?
Yeah.
Now, Spruglu Addict says the most important thing of the chat all night. He says butterscotch angel delight, and everything stopped in my brain now.
Oh no, I could never get to grips with the Angel Delight.
You just add milk and apply it to your face.
No, yeah, that was it. Milk, whip it up.
Is that the one you had to leave in the fridge for half an hour or something? Or
Yeah, you put it in the fridge for half an hour to stodge up.
but then you had to leave it for half an hour. So you mix it up and then you couldn't actually eat it.
That's only like making a meal, though, and you have to cook a meal for half an hour, which is a pain.
Yeah, but then it's still the cooking. This is the waiting.
Wait, though, because it's butterscotch Angel Delight.
It's like making a jelly, isn't it? Them cubes of gelatin that you used to pour boiling water on and stir it round, then shove it in the fridge when you go.
Redland confirms it's phyllo. Phyllo would have been my first thought. On that note, I need to ask a question of the chat, because I need to know if this is something recent or something that's always been the case. I've kind of recently discovered salted caramel in the last, say, year. And it started with like a salted caramel lollipop bar type Magnum thing. And then I got some salted caramel ice cream. And it's the most delicious thing ever. But I have to ask, I've never heard of it before. So is salted caramel, and now I see it everywhere. Is it a thing that's just appeared in the last year or two? Or has it always been around and I've just never noticed it?
It's always been around, I think.
Yeah, the Galaxy do a bar of it. They do their Galaxy caramel. They do a salted caramel version of that. That's quite new.
That's what I mean. I've never seen it before until about last year, and now I just see it everywhere. Everything.
But that's the same as when you buy a new car, then you see that model of car everywhere.
That's true. That's true. Been around a couple of decades, says George Gabriel.
Right.
Stephen Rolfe's tablet battery is dying, so he's switching to his phone. So we're going a bit smaller.
Switch over the phone.
Yeah.
Switching over.
Switching to wideband.
Yeah, everyone's saying it's been around for ages. Where you been?
Anders Ericsson saying salt and sweet mix is getting more and more common around here. There are salted caramel Kit Kats out there too, says Adam Clark. I would doubt there probably are already in Japan. Japan has all the nice flavors of Kit Kats. Why can't we have some of the flavors that Japan gets?
Yeah, don't we make Kit Kat or something?
Yeah, we did.
Isn't that another Nestle product?
It
probably is, isn't it?
But the Japanese get like a billion different flavors. The best of which I have to say is the green tea ones. They are delicious. One of my followers did send me a load of green tea Kit Kats. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. And Japanese ones.
Yeah, Ostrich salted caramel muffins. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Salted caramel with the caramel chips. Yeah, lots.
Zed says Kit Kat's made in York usually. And Stephen Rolfe's back now. You all look tiny.
Yay! Oh, the screen's really small. I can't.
Just remember, don't watch his portrait. Watch his.
Yeah, make sure you go to because we're quite. Some of us are quite wide.
Did this microphone just down here? Can you just clean all that stuff out of it? That's minging. There's all kinds of bits in there and fuzzy things and horrible. Just clean it out. I don't even want to.
I can see down into your battery port as well. You want that one to clean out as well. So lots of.
Yeah. There's a. That's not even a hair. I don't even want to know what that is.
Don't be saying things like that when you're pointing down there, Foxx.
That is in his battery port down there.
But if he's watching us portrait, then it'll be off to the side.
In that case, what am I seeing hair sticking out of on his phone?
Don't know.
Bits of fuzzballs.
Yeah, let's confuse him now.
The whole joke dies if we suddenly realise he's watching it in landscape mode, which is correct.
Mars have to change the name of their current Mars bar to Fun Size because they shrunk it so much, says Andy Morris. Yeah, I don't think it's true.
Yeah,
but I think they are smaller than they used to be.
Is Fun Size still a thing? Do they still do it? I haven't seen them.
Or you get the ones where you get like 2 little Mars bars in a long pack and it's 2 little ones.
I want to know why anyone considered that making something that was really nice smaller made it more fun.
Because it was like you get them in party packs and party bags and things.
But it would be more fun if it was a full-size one.
Yeah, true.
So I don't see why having less of it makes it more fun.
Because you can eat like 32 of them and not feel quite so bad about it.
That's wrong. Andrew Leary says quiz time. I don't think it qualifies as a quiz.
No.
It's not quite Mastermind or University Challenge.
Especially this week because Foxx is doing it. So calling it a quiz is quite right.
Yeah. I'll try not
my music in my head. Thanks, Ted.
I'll try not to give it away this week, Foxx. Like somebody did last week.
Dancing phalanges. I'm so embarrassed by that. I thought the feet bits weren't called just the hands.
Oh dear.
I don't know. It's like Osric 9000 says, fun-sized bars are an outrage. I have to tell you, this the McDonald's Big Mac Grand or whatever it's called, the big version of the Big Mac.
Oh yeah, the Grand Mac.
Yeah, or as I like to call it, the actual Big Mac, because that's what they used to be like.
Yeah, the big.
Pretty much, yeah.
I went a few weeks ago. Actually, I went into McDonald's and I just have a Big Mac, please, because I can't be bothered reading the list of what's available in McDonald's anymore. There's this, that, and the other, Whoppers and
chicken-o, fish-o.
Yeah, a Big Mac, please, and chips. I got it, and I thought, what happened? Where's it gone?
Yeah, Big Mac's like cheeseburger size, and this new Big Mac Grand it just makes you realise how small the Big Macs are.
Yeah,
but yeah, my local one doesn't do flurries and things anymore. We used to get like the toffee ice cream sundae. They don't do them anymore. It's like what?
Yeah, trying to be healthy, but
healthy now.
Sometimes, you try to stay healthy, but sometimes you just feel like pigging out, don't you? So you take a detour into Subway or McDonald's.
It's like, if you want to be healthy, first of all, don't sell me hamburgers, and second of all, don't be open 24 hours a day so I can drive to your place at 3:30 in the morning and buy like 3 Big Macs. It's not helping me at all.
Yeah, especially when the queue's full of drunks all thinking, I can handle 4 Big Macs. 4 Big Macs, please.
That's the joy of drive-through there, Ted. Although I've got to tell you,
you can't go through drive-through if you're drunk.
Well, no, you can't drink and drive, obviously.
You could walk through the drive-through, they get cross.
But I mean, that's the thing that 99% of the time I forget that my local McDonald's is 24 hours. But every now and then I'll be sitting here at like 1:30 in the morning doing some editing or something like, 24, and I'll be in the car and gone. Because I'll be like, wait, it's 2 in the morning. I can get a Big Mac. And my mind is blown. And
you could probably get them Uber people to deliver it as well.
No.
There was somebody around here. There was quite an entrepreneur who decided that he would do a big McDonald's delivery service. So you put up with your order, you go to McDonald's, buy it, and then deliver it for you. So it could be better. So when you do make it home with your 2 pints inside you, and you can't bother going out again because you feel all sleepy, you can send out for a Big Mac.
Well, no, the other solution is that you've already had the kebab on the way home when you're walking back from the pub.
And you still feel like a Big Mac.
Yeah, because I used to get out of the pub and I'd be staggering home, and of course walking from town, I'd walk past the kebab shop and I might accidentally fall in there and accidentally buy like an enormous kebab or some doner meat and chips and eat on the way home, and then I'd get home and I'd be like, I feel full and drunk and I don't know what happened.
Or you come home with a Chinese and you wonder, I can't remember, where did that come from?
Oh, you wake up in the morning and there's a Chinese and you're like,
yeah. What's that? Who bought that?
Michael Jackson's made it home.
So home safe. Yep. Did you find a keyhole?
Yes, eventually. Yeah.
Is it time for what's in store then?
We could watch in store, yeah.
For that time for what's in store. And tonight's what's in store is over to Foxx.
Brought to you by Foxx.
Same to me. Foxx at Ted at eModels.co.uk. Your one-stop shop for all my needs. Is it locked on me, Ted?
It's locked on you.
Okay. Well, don't forget, as always, tonight there's going to be a theme. It's not a difficult one tonight. And there's no body parts, sorry. There is a theme tonight, and it's very easy. So before we go anywhere, we're obviously going to give away, if you guess what the theme is, you'll win a big fat sticker. But before we go anywhere, you need to refresh your browser and drag the slider across your screen to get it up to date, because you need to make sure that the chat is up to date with the video. So refresh and drag.
Refresh and drag.
While everybody's refreshing and dragging, Zadster says, our local McDonald's does delivery within 1.5 miles.
Oh.
We live 1.6 miles away.
Oh.
You need to move.
Yeah, you need to move house.
Yeah. Swap houses with next door.
Couldn't you say I'll meet you at the end of the road or something?
Yeah, you could do. That's an idea. Deliver it to the lamppost. So there is the theme tonight. So what we'll do is when I finish showing you what's in store, don't put your answer in chat before then. When we finish showing you what's in store, I will say, what is the theme for tonight? Go. And you need the first person to get the answer correct in chat will win a big fat stickers. Now, remember, you don't see chat the way we see chat. We see the chat that YouTube has. So you see, when you type your comment will appear instantly. That's because it's gone from your keyboard to your computer. It's still on its way to YouTube. So you don't see actual chat in the right order. So we will go off. Your comment will get to YouTube and then it will appear in the chat. And that's what we see. So we're going off the chat that we see, which is YouTube. Does that make it? I don't really explain that.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. If you think you're first and we say you're not, unfortunately, you're not.
Yeah, it's the comments all arrive at YouTube at different times, and that's how we see them because we see them. You always see the chat tailored to yourself. So don't panic if you think you're first. If your comment appears at first, you're probably not.
Oh, Anders has got a good question.
Yes.
Says, who's going to buy item number 3?
I didn't put that one in number 3.
No, you can't shuffle them around now. So someone needs to.
No cheating.
Someone needs to man up and say, I shall buy item number 3 tonight.
I was going to.
Will it be some tools or will it be a kit?
Yeah. Anyway, we're still locked on me, by the way.
It's always locked on you.
It has been all night.
Screen share. And then we'll do a bit of like infinity going on. First thing I was going to show you all was my Land Rover.
Oh, Tubbs.
My old Land Rover in 2003.
Was that a military green? Was that a military green door?
No, it's my door fell apart, so I had to go and get one, and it wasn't painted. That was unprimed. That's probably actually just zinc chromate because it hadn't even been primed. So it's probably a zinc chromate coloured door. There you go, bit of topical. So there is my baby that I love to bits.
Did you ever have to change the wheel?
No, but the wheel on the bonnet, there was a spare wheel on the back, which was a proper spare wheel. The wheel on the bonnet, I said to the guy when I bought it, there was no wheel on the bonnet. It says, have you got a spare wheel that you don't want? He said, what do you mean? I said, well, I can't afford to buy a wheel off you because it's too expensive. I've just given you $5,000 for this, but have you got an old spare wheel you're going to throw out? I went, you can have this one. Brilliant. Can you stick it on the bonnet? He said, well, the tire's rubbish. I don't care. It's not going to be used. It's just to have a tire on the bonnet.
Yeah. The thing is, you could never get into the engine.
Oh, no, you could. You just had to remember that there's always the chance that the bonnet would come down and decapitate you. So you had to work fast.
What was the bumper sticker?
The other thing I used to love doing was putting the cup of tea on the bonnet, on the wing when you were working on the engine. It was great.
Yeah, because you had to stand on the bumper to get to the
stand on the bumper to get to the windscreen to clean it. The only additions I made to this was I put the Bungie sticker on the Bungie video games company sticker on the
right. I couldn't make out what it was.
It's the little Bungie symbol, the exploding dude. I put a CD player in there. I don't know why, because you couldn't hear anything. The speaker system was 2 PC speakers suspended from the hole drilled in the roof. Because there's no point spending your money on an expensive sound system in a Land Rover. So that was my baby, and I miss it every day.
Original AA badge as well.
Yeah, I doubt that came with it, but I kept it. I think
so. Your baby went off and became famous and never wrote to you.
Yeah, I had it. It cracked a diff and broke down the middle of the road. I sold it because I panicked. I didn't know what to do, and then it went off and became famous. Oh well, no. I'm going to move away now because it's making me sad.
There's the Land Rover wing mirrors that you could do portrait or landscape.
Yeah, you could. But what you do is they'd be portrait, or you'd snap them and they'd be landscape. It'd be brilliant. Anyway, I'm going to turn it. I'm going to get rid of that now. So yes, let's.
What's in store?
So a bit like my Land Rover. Now remember there is a theme, but wait till I say what's in store. I can't see the chat, by the way, so you guys will need to.
Yeah, we got it.
So first of all, we start off with the Revell 135th LKW G1 Leichtwolf. It's another one of these lovely sort of German army vehicles. They have all the best vehicles.
Yeah,
it's obviously a little light reconnaissance vehicle, little sort of like Land Rover equivalent, basically, but a Merc. And all their vehicles seem to be named after these kind of things. So it's a little vehicle. I think it looks quite nice there. It's like a little, mini Unimog in small 4-wheel drive car form. I quite like that. It's got a nice little bit of character to it. There's not really a lot to
Mercedes,
say about
yeah,
it.
Mercedes. There's Germans knew how to drive in style into a war, didn't they?
Yeah, but it's a nice little level 4 kit. There's not a lot of information. We've got lots of box shots. There's a shot of the box, and there's a shot of the box. There is a shot of the finished kit there.
Would the real thing be fitted with the Blaupunkt stereo as well?
No, they probably just hang PC speakers from the roof like I did.
Yeah, I think that's the done thing.
Yeah, and they'd have a bungee sticker on the bumper at the front. But you can see this isn't as good as a Land Rover because there's no wheel on the bonnet, which is rubbish. Why would you not have a wheel on the bonnet? I mean, come on. How can you pretend you're in an African safari if you've not got a wheel on the bonnet? Come on.
TK's in the chat as well. So
Hey, TK.
Trout and Child was saying about who's going to buy the third thing. He said, I've had deliveries every day for a week, so I'm in the doghouse, so I can't.
Yeah, we just asked them to deliver it next week. Then you get
just say you ordered it a fortnight ago. And
just say you won it in the giveaway. There you go. It's not like she can watch the program.
Yeah, we'll back you up if you want a note from us or a receipt or anything like that. We'll back you up. Yeah,
you can just say you won it because at the end of the day, it's not like there's a live stream or something that can confirm you did.
No, nobody. She's not going to watch this, is she?
Yeah, exactly. So yes, the first one is the Revell 135th LKW G1. I see it's G1 or GL Leicht Wolf. So there you go.
I'm sure it's an L because the one looks different to the one in the 135th.
Yeah.
Don't forget, once again, don't forget, by the way, we don't know how many of these they've got in stock. So if you want it, you have to slap it in your basket.
Yes. Slap it
Was
in
that
your
baskets? That was a posh basket. It wasn't a basket like normal.
Did you say basket?
He said baskets.
Basket. Probe.
No.
You had to do it. So get it in your basket. We don't know how many they've got. Don't forget, if you want something that you see in the what's in store tonight and it tickles your fancy, if you haven't paid for it, somebody else can take it out of your basket and pay for it. So if you want it, get it in a basket and get it paid for before the end, before you go anywhere. Because we are often told all the time by the guys at eModels that when we show stuff as what's in store, usually they're sold out by the end of the show. So
it's not yours till you check it out.
Yes. So there you go.
Clean up aisle 3.
Clean up on aisle 3. Right, where are we? Next up, we have. Please answer the white courtesy phone. Next up, we have the Kitty Hawk model 148 Yak 130. It's a plane. TK's interested. It probably has 12 billion decals.
It's got at least 2. I can see them on it now.
Yeah, it's got at least 2, one on each wing. But yes, this is the Kitty Hawk 148 Yak 130. Probably be a nice big airplane kit. There's no information about it at all, unfortunately. So I can't tell you. I'm not familiar with the Kitty Hawk kits, so I can't tell you any notable information about these. If anybody in the chat has made some Kitty Hawk kits, let us know. They're sort of what they get. Do you get photo etch and stuff? I'm not sure. What a lot of people don't realize is that Chris, Ted, and I don't actually work for eModels. So we don't necessarily know the ins and outs of these kits.
They never have us.
Yeah, they wouldn't want to give us money.
They want real stuff.
I mean, we've actually put things on shelves for them when we've been there, and we've never been.
Never got paid for it. Yeah.
I think got paid in tea and coffee.
Yeah, they actually took money off us. They said, "Listen, you've done so badly. Can you just pay us?" So yeah, so we don't necessarily know specific. We can't go and open the box because we don't work there. So if you've made a Kitty Hawk kit, let us know. Do you get photo etch? Because we have to go off whatever they've put in the description, and that is not a lot.
TK says plain. So he's obviously, you're right, he did get his attention. Vincent says that they're hit or miss. He's seen F-35 kits that came out like bananas.
Banana.
And Trot and Chad wants to know, is that El Ted's voice?
El Ted.
El Ted's voice.
And Vincent's seen decent stuff as well. No photo etch as far as he's aware.
El Ted. I can't do a deep voice when I'm trying to get close to the microphone.
El Ted.
El Ted. With a hint of droopy 70s porn moustache. El Ted. Anyway, back on track. So yes, that's the Kitty Hawk Model 148 Yak 130. There you go. And if this comes out a bit misshapen, it's fine. It's a Russian plane. There you go. It's supposed to be badly designed. I like the little chink taken out of the tailplanes. That's quite nice. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have the Tamiya 148 Fairy Swordfish Mark II. I think we've shown the Airfix one of these before. But this is the Tamiya, which will be far better.
Yeah, lovely.
I don't do a lot of planes. I don't do a lot of planes, but I do need to do a biplane. I've got a few biplanes in my stash to build, and there's just something about biplanes that interests me. They look.
I do like the one with the foldy wings.
Yeah, foldy wings for the aircraft carrier. Yeah, that's so big.
No, that could be all right because you could do with the wings folded, and it'd be nice and easy to put on your shelf.
Yeah. Now the thing I can't tell with this is that if you look at the rigging cables, the tensioning cables between the struts, I can't tell if that's something that's included with the kit, like stretchable rubber fiber, or if it's actually very thin plastic part that you're going to have nightmares cutting off the sprue. I can't quite tell.
I think it's probably. I'm guessing it's probably extra, and it's something like Easy Line or something.
Yeah, it's very.
They look quite thick, don't they?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's quite thick, and you don't know with the Tamiya kit. It could potentially be a really, really thin piece that you're going to sweat cobs trying to get off the sprue. But it says. Detailed assembly kit, features specific to the Mark II, such as the metal lower wing and large oil cooler, are accurately reproduced. Formidable rocket armaments, exhaust dampers.
And the next paragraph answers your question.
Oh, there we go. Used with item 61069, Fairy Swordfish photo etch bracing wire set for even more realistic rigging detail. So yes, the hashtag is there. It's hashtag 61069. If you're looking at this and thinking, I'll have a bit of that, thank you very much. If you've slapped it in your basket, then do a search for hashtag 61069. If it's not in stock, in fact, I'll have a look now, shall I? Shall I have a look now?
I'm just thinking, maybe I might have changed the bracing wires.
There you go. It's in stock. It's £10.95.
Oh, that's a good price.
So it's the 148 Swordfish photo etch wire detail set. So all the tensioning wires and things are there for you. Lovely, lovely. You got to love the Japanese manufacturers that give you the detail up parts. I love this. I love this. So yeah, get it in your basket. I don't know how many of these they've got in stock. Remember that eModels are the UK's largest Tamiya stockist. So if you want to pick up one of these and you've just been a bit slow and it's gone out of stock, don't panic. They'll have it back in stock soon anyway. So just give them a call and ask them when it'll be back in. But I think they'll probably have a lot of these in stock because they do stock a lot of all the Tamiya stuff.
Mm.
So if you fancy one of these, get it in your basket now. Do it now.
Slap it in your basket, says Elfrid.
Yes. Okay. Next we have the Trumpeter 1/16. Let me just say that again.
Ooh, a tank.
German Panther G. This will be the size of your large family dog.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the thing that you were going to put in as third. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have put this in third place, shouldn't I? Because now you've got. Well, that's still a nice kit, but yeah, this is the 1/16 German Panther G. Look at the size. I mean, imagine. I can't tell you how big it is because it's not right in front of me, but it's got a full detailed interior. Look at that. I mean, you remember Ted? You did the Panzer IV, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It's a lovely kit.
And the Panther is what, twice the size of a Panzer IV?
It's huge.
Yeah, the real thing.
That guy on the box art, I wouldn't be stood where he stood because there's a good chance that the driver can't see him.
Yeah, so imagine that's a 1/16 scale figure. Now imagine the size of this tank. Let's see what the blurb says. The kit consists of over 2,300 parts. Mind blown. The kit with refined detail, multi-slide molded lower hull and upper hull, full interior details, individual track links.
Yeah,
you can hear Vincent crumbling into dust in the background. And photo etch parts included. I should think so too when it's got 2,300 parts. So this is a proper spend all year building it, treat yourself kit.
Yeah, and Trumpeter, yeah, you know it's going to go together well.
Zadster says 2,294 track links.
Oh, people are dying now.
Yeah, but they'll be big enough, you can handle it. They'll be huge, so you can handle them.
Oh yeah, it'd be it'd be like Lego basically, wouldn't it?
Oh, George has got to go. He's got to head home now. So bye, George.
Thanks for coming in, George. Take care of yourself, matey.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's an expensive kit, but then it's one of these ones that you're going to work on all year, and when it's finished, it's going to take up your entire shelf and look incredible. It's a museum quality kit, and it's a museum piece of display model, basically.
Tesco Club Card UK Gaming says that's nice. He might have to go and sell a kidney. Yeah, or you could trade in your Tesco points.
Yeah, or just sell somebody else's kidney. It's a lot less painful.
Yeah,
yeah, but yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's just fantastic.
Yeah, Michael Jackman says, "Wow, but can't afford it."
Yeah, it's certainly something to save up for if it's not something you can grab now. Certainly something to have as your wish list. Save
Yeah,
up.
well, we always talk about the prices of these sort of kits, where we always said they're compatible with the length of time it would take you to build 3 kits.
Yeah, well, like it says on here, it's 2,300 parts.
Yeah, I mean, what's an average part count for a kit? 200 or 300?
Yeah, 200 or 300.
So it's 10 kits.
Yeah. The Fine Lord Millennium Falcon, which was 390 quid when it first came out, was just under 1,000 parts. This has got almost 3 times as many parts.
Yeah. So, yeah.
It's one of those things that it's a massive tank in real life. It's going to be a massive model when it's finished. It's got almost 3,000 parts, 2,500 parts. Yeah, it's not going to be less than. I'm actually surprised.
If you just generalize it, and it would take you, say, a year to build 3 kits.
Yeah.
So this is going to take you a year as well for the price of 3 kits.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, I'm actually surprised it's not like 400 quid. Or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do like to show the other end of the market sometimes, because some people can afford this. It's not for everybody, but there are people that be like, I want that. And it's nice to sometimes splurge a bit and treat yourself to a year-long project.
There's quite a few people that say they want that, but
say again.
Quite a few people saying they want that, but it's a lot of money. She'll kill me, says Michael Jackman.
Yeah, but it's one of those things. Even if a lot of you out there watching now are thinking, I can't afford that, it's like, yeah, but at least we put it on your radar, so it's something you can have in the background. Yeah. It's like me. I'd love a Ferrari, but I can't afford one. So.
Yeah,
it's only 9 months till Christmas.
Yeah, when the wife says, "What would you like for Christmas?" Oh, I don't know. I'll let you know. You could leave this sort of when she turns the computer on. This pops up.
Make it a homepage.
We've got a couple of new people popped into the chat. We've got Mark Dennett says, "Hi guys, first time here. Welcome."
Welcome.
And Garryoki 100 says, "Evening. This is my first ever eModels live show. Welcome."
That's also an awesome name, Garryoki. And it's also good that you came in on the one we were actually showing the 300-pound tank.
Yeah, we don't always show the 300-pound.
Yeah, so we like to. Most of the time, we'll try and keep ourselves in budget, but sometimes we like to show you the top end of the market, just so you can have like a dream kit.
Yeah, something you can aspire to. No.
Yeah.
Or you could tell everybody at Christmas when they all, instead of buying you individual presents, well, why don't you all club together and buy me this?
Yeah. Or why don't you all buy me eModels vouchers?
Yeah.
Good idea.
Exactly. When you get your tax rebate every year because you've changed jobs and you paid too much tax and you suddenly get 900 quid back or whatever you get from the tax office. Get a grand back. There you go.
No, it doesn't happen to me. No.
It happened to me twice actually because I changed jobs and overpaid tax. And they're like, here's £1,000. Brilliant. Oh, it's already gone. Yeah, I'm not good with money. Anyway, moving on. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is the Dragon 135th Panzerkampfwagen VIP Berger Panzer Tiger P 2-in-1. This is the rather nice 135th Dragon kit. Let's have a look. It says that continuing Dragon's wave of 2-in-1 kits is convenient 135th scale, so you can build either a Tiger P coated or a Berger Panzer Tiger P. Only 5 Tiger P vehicles were produced in 1942. So it's quite nice. You get an option of 2-in-1 different tanks. I kind of like the look of that. It's got that long, drawn-out, sleek look. I can't, unfortunately, get any other pictures of it.
Yeah, it's the racing version.
Yeah, but you can see you've got either the turret with the big shooty boomstick on the front, or you've got the what looks like a sort of crane type vehicle with a crane effect going on it. Well, that's going to be the Berger Panzer, I assume. Those that your tanks will know which is which. So the Berger Panzer, the Panzerkampfwagen, the Dragon 135th Tiger. So there you go. Nice little fun kit there. It says either vehicle assembles with ease, and the Berger Panzer Tiger in particular has been out of stock for some time, leaving modelers with some hard choices ahead. If you want to make both of them, of course, you have to get 2. So there you go. So I'm assuming the Berger Panzer, that one with all the cranes and stuff on the top, was the one they only made 5 of. I don't know. People can in the chat can educate us. Next up, we have the, and this is an unusual one. It's just caught my eye because it looks mint. Is the MPC 125th. Again, it's 125th, not 124th. MPC are weird like that. The Tiger Shark Show Rod. And I'm not keen on the back, but I love the front. It does look weird. There's a lot of that car design because you can see the picture. I've not got any other picture of it, but like the fact the roof just stops at a sort of almost 90-degree finish doesn't really work for me. But the front of it
looks like a Hot Wheels car.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's a show rod. It's a special custom build. It looks a bit like a Mako Shark, but obviously they were concept cars, not real. So. But this looks like it's one of the old MPC re-releases from way back when, one of the really old kits. So it could be a bit of fun to be had in there. No information on this one that I can give you. But if you know your old MPC vehicles, they are re-releasing a lot of these, the old classics that they made a long time ago. It's one of their retro deluxe kits. I think that just looks mint. Get some nice candy colours on that would be rather pleasant, I think. Or nice bright 1970s, bright yellows and bright oranges.
Yeah, or purple, or
basically
something outlandish.
Yeah, but I think these were like custom cars built for shows, like show rods. So there you go. I like the look of that. And then last of all, we have one last thing, which is the Revell 135th TPZ1 Foxx, which is a slightly more modern version of the Foxx APC that I've got, which doesn't look like that. So I think this must be a more recent version of the vehicle. I don't mean a version of the kit, I mean the actual vehicle itself. My Foxx may be a slightly different model. This is the A4. And again, this is just the Germans having awesome looking vehicles. And I assume other members of NATO use them. But I do like the design of some of these modern APCs and vehicles and stuff. As always, of course, the paint job on the Revell box kit is not the best in the world. I know all of our viewers can do much better than this.
It's not as bad as some, though, is it?
No, it's true. But I mean, look at that.
Yeah, it's not great, but
yeah, I do like the fact that whoever Revell paid to do all their box art, they're not the best models in the world. There's like a seam, you can see a seam line there on that piece. Yeah, you should have sanded that off, love. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's probably built it with the thought of, nah, nobody will ever see that.
And it's like all the tools on here. What colour's the wood? Wood colour. What colour's the metal? Metal colour.
It looks like a nub on that pickaxe as well.
Where? Oh God! Oh, yeah, the top pickaxe just there. Oh, I'm I'm that. I do like to have a little bit of a laugh at the Revell box art.
Dear Revell, we would like to point out that on our emails live stream this week, we saw a nub.
Dear review, why oh why oh why? Yeah, so it gives us all hope that, you know, even if we can only do a half-hearted paint job, Revell would probably still pay us for it. So there you go. So I have no doubt that all our lovely viewers can do a much better paint job than they have. So get to it, folks.
Philly said it's probably limited to using Revell paints and equipment. Well, yeah.
Right. The paints are all right. They're nice watercolors. Yeah, they're not
watercolor.
Yeah, they're nice felt tips. No, they're nice water-based paints. They're all right. But it's it's only 16, 17 quid. It's only 17 quid. 1/35th scale. Nice bit of a custom build.
Yeah,
I've got a Foxx myself. It's an older release. It's a now out of print release, and it's a different version of the Foxx APC. But I've got one specifically to do it as a Hello Kitty APC for a very specific reason.
Is that the one that's amphibious?
I don't think this is amphibious, but
it looks like it should be.
Yeah, it's got that kind of amphicar.
Michael Jackman said it does look like a stalwart. Yeah, it does have that sort of look about it. Probably pinched the idea from us.
See if we can find any more nubs. Hang on. Oh, it's got propeller on the back. Look.
Propeller.
So yes,
it is amphibious, or at least it can float a bit. Probably, it's got some floatability, I would suspect. There's a nub on that spade. Oh, nub on that one. Oh,
maybe it's just the tools.
No, don't call the builder like not very nice, is it? Yeah, it's. I'm going to stop. I'm not even looking now.
Yeah, now you're just looking for the.
Yes, so it says detailed chassis, a choice of roll fit engineering section vehicle or Milan anti-tank gun team, rubber tires, authentic decal set for the following versions: Combat Engineering Group Vehicle Gefubs here 2011. Or Milan G-Konisaf Afghanistan 2006. Hence, there's some Arabic on some of the markings, as you can see down there. And you can see, I'm going looking at the nubs again, aren't I? There's some there. So there you go. I'm moving away from the nub shots. So your thing is, at the end of the day, 17 quid. That'll do you a nice build that for you get a nice diorama and a build out of that. You have some good fun with that. So pick it up. So remember, there is a theme to this long drawn out what's in store section. I'll go back through them again. There was a theme. We've got the Revell 135th LKWG a Light Wolf pronouncing it German way. We have the Kitty Hawk Model 148 Yak 130. We have the Tamir 148 Fairy Swordfish Mark II. We have the Trumpeter 116 German Panther G. The Dragon 135th Panzerkampfwagen VIP or the Berger Panzer Tiger P 2-in-1. The MPC 125 Tiger Shark Show Rod. And last of all, the Revell 135th TPZ1 Foxx. So I shall come back. I shall come back to the world of people. I shall stop the screen shareage. Where's the button to stop? There it is. I shall stop the screen shareage. If you can unlock it from me, Ted Wardicus.
I've unlocked it from you.
And there we have it. So what is the theme for tonight? Go.
Oh, that was quick.
I know. Didn't give you
Philly
any
says,
straight in.
Philly says, I'm genuinely intrigued by the box art builds. Might have to try and contact them about it. Let us know if you do, what they say, if they say.
Carl says Predators. Phil Lewis says Animals.
Phil Lewis is the first one in with Animals. It was as simple as that.
Yeah, I don't think you can call a yak a predator, really.
Yeah, yak's not much of a predator. I can't see where you're going with that one. But I thought I'd throw the yak in there just in case. But yes, it is Animals. So it's that simple. Literally, it was that simple. So Phil Lewis, well done. You've won yourself a big fat sticker of happiness. It's actually Ted. You've got it there, haven't you, Ted? It's not that shape. This is on a bit of paper.
Oh, yeah, it's this one. This one down.
I don't know why they've got the white bit in there though.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Apart if they didn't have that bit, but
maybe
you cut that out. So yes, Phil, well done. Just send a mail to ted@emodels.co.uk and just say you want a big sticker and give us your name and address, and there you go.
The Santa said it started with a wolf and then with a German fox.
Yes.
It started with a wolf.
Carl at Making Model said, "You tell Grass that a yak is not." True. Yay! I get the big sticker, says Phil.
Yay!
Animals and fish, says still Stephen Harris.
Yep. And we're nearly at the end of the month as well, so hopefully we'll be getting some stickers out soon.
Yes,
so wait for them. Despite the price of first class stamps now going up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll see if they've got third class stamps.
Yes. Don't forget, of course, we always say that me and Ted don't live anywhere near our respective local post offices, so we tend to let stickers build up for a week or several, before we do like an occasional trip to the post office, send them all out. So if you are waiting for stickers and you've been a few weeks, don't panic. You've not been forgotten. We just haven't got around to dumping them out yet into the post office.
I've run out of envelopes.
Yeah, there's that. I've got like 1 million envelopes and like 5 stamps. But yeah, yes, so that is it. If you win a mug, of course, that goes straight from eModels. We just send them your details. So there you go. So that's what's in store. Hopefully it wasn't too silly for people. I didn't do anything silly this time now, unfortunately. Well, they did get to look at my Land Rover.
I don't think your links are as tenuous as Chris's and as mine have started to become. But yeah,
we'll get you there. Don't worry about it. We're working on him.
Yeah, but the thing is, for me, it's just laziness. I go for this. I go animal done. Whereas you're going,
go a little bit deeper.
You're there going, well,
Oh, it's me next week, isn't it?
It's who?
My turn next week.
Oh yeah, so we're going to get like we're going to get some like law of thermodynamics as the hint, as the link.
Yep. Yeah. No, I can't do that one now. Damn.
Yes. Stuart Hislop says, "Are you painting the penguin on your desk, or is it a puffin?" It's a puffin. That's a puffin.
Puffin.
No, this is just a Odo, and that's Gothorn. They're my little mascots. They just sit on the desk as mascots.
I see that tank still at the back as well.
Michael Jackman says, "I apologise, Fox. Great, what's in store?" I need to apologise. I don't know what he said. I couldn't see the
yeah, I read that as whiz. I didn't think what's in store, but yeah, all right.
Well done. Well.
Chris wearing lipstick.
Chris wearing lipstick. Oh, not that I know of. Why? Does it look like I am? What?
Jimmy Barron says the Berger Panzer was the Tiger 1/Ferdinand. It was the same chassis was used on the Elephant.
Oh.
And Michael Jackman says, once you built a 116th tank, 135th just does not cut it anymore. Yeah. Osric 9000 says, 270 quid for the kit, divorce extra.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's probably cheap at that. Yeah, the thing is, for the divorce, you might want half a kit.
Yeah, you have to build it first and then cut it in half, or just give her half the bits.
Or you keep the kit and she gets the diorama. I think you'd win on that.
Yeah, she gets half the sprues, perhaps. Then you have to decide what you're left with. What can you make from half the sprues?
For some reason, they're talking about me having lipstick on. Trout and Child says, I think it's strawberry flavoured edible glue. He's addicted now. No, I'm really not. It was horrible.
He told us afterwards, he's like, oh,
I can still taste it. It was 2 weeks ago.
you've just got the memory of it scarred. Mark Dennett asks, do you have the new FX Spitfire FR in yet? Because he's a newcomer. We don't actually work for eModels at all, so we don't know what they do or don't have in stock. We do this in our own time, just because we love eModels and we do them a favour. So if you ever want to know if something's in stock, the good thing about eModels is all you need to do is either give them a call, obviously business hours, not right now because it's they'll be in the pub by now, or Pete will be in his kitchen watching his 300-inch telly. Hi, Pete. Either give them a call and say, dude, when you get that in stock, or drop them an email, or you can use the contact form on their website. Either way, if you're going to give them a call, don't give them a call on Monday because they're bombed out doing all the orders from the weekend. So if you give them a call Tuesday onwards, give them a call or drop them an email and just say, when is this going to be in stock? The options are, if you can't find something, it's either just gone out of stock and they'll get it back in soon, or it's something they don't stock but they can probably get it for you, or it's something they've not got in stock yet because it's not been released, but they'll be able to let you know either way. And if it's something they don't stock, like I say, just ask them. They'll probably be able to grab it from one of their distributors. So give them a shout.
Yeah. Good bunch of lads. Always ready to help.
Carl's going. He says, well, chaps, got to shoot. It was a long weekend doing the 48-hour build. Thanks for the show. Yeah, you've been building things over the weekend. I watched some of that. You can't go yet. We haven't done the stickers.
Yeah.
But what are stickers without Carl being in? But,
Stickers.
Yeah, Carl came in before we did the stickers and then left before we did the stickers.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's just not my worldview.
Might tempt him back. Oh well. Just to the 10 minutes then. Stickers go.
Trot and Charge says about me saying don't phone on a Monday because they're really busy from the weekend. Says, yeah, they'll be too busy shipping out 100, 270-pound Panthers.
They might be. You never know.
Carl says, stop it, Ted. what, Carl? I don't know what's he on about.
We can do mugs as well.
Yeah, what if we had like a mug or something?
A version 2 mug.
Yeah, then we do it and it doesn't win. That'd be really unfair, wouldn't it?
Oh, Phil Lewis has sent an email to us.
Yeah, we do get feedback from the guys at eModels, like I said, and when we do what's in store, and pretty much more often than not, whatever we show what's in store, if they've got enough stock, they pretty much sell out. I've joked before, but when we showed the human tooth, an eight times size model of the human tooth, they sold out.
Yeah.
Who thought anybody would want to buy a model of the human tooth? But they sold all of them, all of the stock. So that's why we always say, if you fancy something in what's in store,
I think what happens is it gains extra kudos for when they flog it on eBay, as seen on eModels live stream.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to refresh my browser because I'm getting audio weirdness. 1 second.
Carl was waiting for version 3 apparently, so he's not after a mug. But
quick, we can talk about Foxx now before he comes back.
Yeah, when he comes back, his mic don't work for a little while anyway, so we can still talk about him. It's fine.
No, you're making that up now because you can hear me.
Oh, all right. Shush, he's back.
Yeah, but yeah, even when they occasionally get one of the long discontinued 1/35 Dora kits, which is 500 quid with the kit, and we show that on screen, that's always sold out before the end of the show. And that's like 500 quid of stuff. So yeah, we always say don't hang around.
Gary Yoki is in. It says, I'm a new modeler. Can I have a sticker, pretty please? We're going to give away some stickers in a minute.
Yeah. Yep. So you might win one.
You might.
But if you don't, just when you place an order, just say on the order, hey, can you send me a whole mess of stickers? And they'll put loads in your box.
Yeah, just when it's on your comments in your order, just the guys in the live stream said I could have a sticker, could have one, and they'll shove one in.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you say, please send me 300 stickers, they'll say, well, can you order something first? Episode 6, is back, says Trot and Chard.
Should we give it? Yeah, should we do a sticker giveaway then?
Pildy Tomasa says eModels probably only had a couple of tooth models in stock, so they sold out quick. Actually, they didn't. There was just somebody obviously got a bit carried away ordering stuff a long time ago with the bits of the human body. They had quite a significant number in stock, believe it or not. They also had a large stock of the half horse, which also sold out. Yeah, it's become legend. We just show it on the show, and it doesn't matter what it is. They'll sell out. They love it. They love us.
Michael Jacobin says, "Damn it, Fox! I only said the other day I need a 1/16 Panzer to go with Panzer 4 and T-34 and Tiger 1." Well, that's it. The thing is, you've just come back from the pub. You've had a few pints.
Yeah.
You know the eModels website. You know what's going to happen.
Because think about it. Think of it logically. If you don't go and buy that, you're just going to go on eBay and buy something really useless for twice the price. You're gonna wake up in a couple of days and find you've got like 300 1970s John Motson car coats that you don't remember ordering, or a collection of haunted beer cans or something. You have to get something you want.
Yeah.
Best time to order things from eModels is when you've been to the pub and you've come back and you're a bit. No, it's not really. We're joking. We're not joking.
Stay away. If you've had some beer, stay away from that send button.
Yeah, don't stay away from the buy things button. Stay away from the send button.
Stay with the buy things button.
Yeah.
That's the problem when if you have one click purchase enabled on Amazon, it's always a problem when you're browsing Amazon because you have that terrible fear that you're going to press the button.
That one-click order is both the best thing ever invented and the worst thing ever invented at the same time.
Yeah, because you could actually, as you're thumbing through the site, and blast! I've just bought myself a push bike.
A friend of mine, we'd been to the pub. There had been frosty beverages, and he was joking, and he was like, "Oh, look, I could order this and this and this." And he had in this order a collection of, I can only say adult items, let's say, gentleman specialty items and other things that you wouldn't really normally buy anyway. And he went, "Ha la 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 la." Oh, he'd forgotten he turned on one-click ordering and accidentally pressed the do this, buy it now.
Yeah, accidentally. Yeah.
No, because he was doing it in front of us, saying, "Look, we could order this." We're all joking and laughing, and he actually accidentally pressed that "I've just bought it" button. He's like, "Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Your order has been dispatched."
It's already on the way. Oh,
yeah.
Trot Charge says Amazon and night shift a deadly combination.
Hence the deliveries every day. Yeah.
Yes.
Right, we got some stickers. We got some questions.
Ooh.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, let's get the eModels email back up. That's always difficult to say that. eModels email back.
Emails models.
eModels
Emailed models.
Ted at eModels.
Email. Ted at email.com.email eModels. Yeah.
That's the wrong
Ted mail at email models mails. What we're doing? I've lost the thread.
We're going to give away some stickers. We've got the big sticker and the little sticker.
Yeah, we're doing
one special edition dual pack of one of each sticker going out to the lucky winner who answers the next question correctly.
Are you going to read the question?
I might as well read the question. I feel like I've done a question for a long time. So I have a question here from Stephen Hill Harris, who sent a question, so he can't answer it because that'd be cheating.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're all refreshed and dragged and stuff and up to date because it wasn't that long ago that we did the watching store. Make sure you're watching live and not a bit delayed.
Make sure your little red blob is over here somewhere.
No, not there. The other side.
Other side, Ted.
Yeah, because if it's there, it's at the beginning. Then they've already watched that bit down there.
Yeah, if they're there, it's 9 o'clock. Evening.
Right. So assuming you're all ready, I'll ask the question and I shall say go, and then you put the answer in the chat, and the first person that gets the correct answer, or at least the answer that we've been told is the correct answer.
Because we don't do any research.
If it isn't right, then sorry, but talk to Stephen. He's in the chat. You can talk to him.
We don't check nothing nor nothing neither. No, nothing.
We don't know now. We don't know now.
We're far too stupid. We're far too lazy to do any of that.
The question answers are coming in already. We've got 42. Space and phalanges.
Dancing phalanges. I'm never going to live that down, am I?
Not at all. No. Right. The question we have is a topical one for the UK next weekend. The question is, in what year was the Summertime Act, which led to permanent adoption of British summertime, enacted? Go. So what year did they start with the summertime? No, it's not timed. You can answer anytime you like. Bob says 1066. No. 1856. No. 1963. No. 1916. We have a correct answer. Yes. Anders Ericsson with 1916. That's the answer we have here. So we're taking that as the correct answer. Well done. Send your email, as ever, to ted@emodels.co.uk.
Your one-stop shop for all your model making needs.
Yeah. He said the answer was the question was, in what year was the act enacted? Yeah, brought it to being. Yeah, so 1916. Good, well done. Yeah. So should we do the mug now? Well, we're on a roll.
We're on a roll, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're on a roll. We'll do. Hey,
Is that a roll or a bap or a barn?
I don't know what a barn is.
I'm not going to start
Keep talking about barns. I don't know what they are.
You don't understand barn technology.
No, it's barmy.
Barns.
I've done a question. I'm not going to do another one.
Are you doing one, Ted? Are you with us, Ted?
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah, you doing the next one?
Right, I'll do the next one. Also from Stephen Harris. It's a little bit related to the British summertime ending and starting and things like that. It's about a famous quote proverb. The question is this is for a mug.
Mug.
Right. Who published the proverb "Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy and wise"? Who published that proverb? Go.
You missed out the word wealthy there. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise.
I've tried.
This.
Michael Jackerman's asking Ted, is that your cat or mine?
It's a cat. It's not my cat.
Guy Sargent says, "Can you start over again? Because he's late."
Yeah, well, Gary Sargent, you don't have to refresh now. Just go back to the start.
BJ Blasco is in with the right answer. He says Ben Franklin. It was apparently, according to this email that we didn't do any research on, Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, BJ. Well, is that one of the new guys tonight, BJ?
I'm not saying them around.
No. I've forgotten who it was. BJ Blasco. He's been in before.
No, Gary Oakey was the one that said he's new. We tried Oscar Wilde, but that wasn't the answer that we had. So no,
yes. Oscar Wilde was very, very incorrect.
Chart says, first, you don't succeed, don't take up parachuting.
So BJ Blasco, well done. Just send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk. When it's a mug, we will forward your name and address onto the guys at eModels, and they will send this out to you. So you're not dependent on us getting to the post office in about 18 weeks. So, yep, just send us an email with your name and address. Say you want an mug. You have to say an mug. It's an ongoing joke. Say you want an mug, and we'll get the guys to send you a mug out.
And thanks to Stephen Harris for once again providing.
Indeed.
Question for Ted from Super DJ. He says, "What happens to eModels University?"
Right, yeah, I just haven't got around to doing it anymore because of moving house and everything else. And it takes me a bit of time to get a video together for the bottle building at the moment, but we're getting there. We'll already start them.
Yep. Let him finish the sub first.
Plus, you've got to give us ideas of what you want to see in the eMopen University.
Yeah. Don't forget, of course, it's just Ted that does the eMopen stuff because I do my little instructional videos with the fake newsreel start. And Chris, you've done a couple, I think, haven't you? A little how-to.
I've done them on my own channel. I don't think I've done any eModels ones.
No, okay. But, so we don't want to steal each other's little styles. So.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I've never found a way to carry on because I have like my little, Pathé News opening type informational film. I've never really found a way to carry it on in the film without going in black and white, and that doesn't really work. I show how to paint something.
Yeah, it works once, but yeah.
Does it come with some gin? Asks BJ Blasco. No, but it comes with the scent of gin that used to be in it before James Mate or Pete Mate got near it. I did it for you.
Yeah, I've got some very nice slow gin. Just it's all ready for drinking now. Gin.
Actually, the answer I should have given was no. It doesn't come with gin because it's not Ted sending it out.
No, because Ted would never send out gin anyway, would he?
No, gin, it's mine. Yeah, it's mine. Right. Have we got another giveaway then?
We have a thing to give away. Yeah.
I think we do.
Should we do that now?
This week.
Joe, we've got 10 minutes left. Can we stretch this out to 10 minutes? Or
We
do
can talk really, really slowly.
I could
it?
possibly.
Yeah, or we might have to fill in at the end with some more food talk.
Yeah. Would you want to lock it on Chris, Tedward?
I'll just and I'll sit here for 8.5 minutes.
Yeah. If you just channel the slow talkers of America.
I'll have to find the thing to share. I've got the thingy. I shall.
Phil Lewis says you must go. Night all. Thanks for coming in,
Good
Phil.
night. We're just going to give something away.
I know. I mean, you can hang on and see what we're going to give away, but remember to come back and watch this later. Then, if you miss, because this is one of these things that'll be open all week. So there you go.
Yeah.
Is it locked on, Chris? Ted?
It's locked on Chris.
Is it locked on me? It's been locked on me for a while. I think.
Yeah, I've just checked.
Yes, we're going to give away something this week. We asked, and they said yes, give away one of these.
We're going to gizzle some shizzle.
They didn't say that. I can't see James Mate saying that.
No, I could see Pete Mate trying to capture his youth and saying that, but it wouldn't work, and he just
no. So yes, we have a kit to give away. I shall screen share the kit. It's that one.
I'm still seeing you, Chris.
There.
Oh, there we go.
I do this properly. I don't do this whole, not like you with your infinity mirror things.
Yeah.
Infinity mirror.
We are giving away the ICM 135th menu. No, Battle of the Marne. Marne.
French.
From 1914, a taxi car with French infantry.
That's awesome.
It is lovely, isn't it? It's great.
Do you know why it's awesome? Because it looks dumb. That's why I love it.
So the French infantry had to get a taxi to the front.
Yep, they got taxis, and they couldn't afford a taxi each, obviously. So there's at least 3 of them there.
Yeah. Do you think they split the fare, or did they do a runner when they got to the other end?
It's entirely possible that they shot him.
Having experience of French taxis, the driver would have been unhappy to take them anywhere, charge them double, and tried to pull 90-degree corners.
Yeah,
now complained about them when they got to the end.
Yeah, now there's a thought there that as they're driving past all the comrades who are walking to the front,
which they do because they're in the background. Look,
yeah, all the mates are there thinking, "Why did I think of getting a taxi?"
But I've got to tell you, I've got a lot of all the kit. And we often say this about some of these like smaller manufacturers that you've never heard of before. Actually, I'm not that small, and you've heard of them before, but some of these smaller, especially Eastern European manufacturers that aren't familiar names, they come up with the most unusual and interesting sort of niche kits that nobody else had even thought to do. And this is brilliant. Not only is it a vintage car, it's a vintage car with 3 dudes, and it's a military like dudes on the top, and it's great. It's got humor, it's got comedy, and it's probably a really nice kit. So.
Yeah. Now they're probably thinking that there has to be somebody inside the car as well, because there's 3 guys on the outside.
Yeah.
2 guys probably behind the driver.
Huh. Now, importantly, to all you Warhammer fans out there, I'm going to link it. If you happen to have some leftover heads from your Death Corps of Krieg, you could stick them on these guys, because the Death Corps of Krieg uniform is kind of, to a certain degree, based on World War I French outfits.
Oh, right. I thought you were going to say you can put guns on the side of it and stuff like that.
No, I'm thinking about the figures. If you want to expand your Death Corps of Krieg army, these kind of look a bit Death Corps of Krieg with some modification. You could kind of, there you go. See, you got some heads left over. But I love this kit. I love it because it's silly. It's awesomely silly. It's an unusual vehicle for a start. You don't often get that kind of vintage vehicle kit. They're not that common, but to get this in a military combat setting, I love the sort of the sense of humor of these smaller companies. They just, because they're smaller, they have less risk. They just say, you know what, let's just do it. Let's just make this thing. Let's just do it. I love that. Yeah,
it's definitely a fun kit, but a real world fun kit build, because it did actually, no doubt, happen. Lots of comments in there about them being French, but we won't worry about that.
That doesn't affect monetization. We're fine.
It looks like the guys are marching in a ditch as well, or going down to a ditch. Yeah. Either that or they're just built from the waist up.
Yeah, I mean,
all the soldiers from the waist up is cheaper.
It says it includes the car, the taxi driver, and 3 soldiers, and weapons and equipment set. So That's quite interesting. That's must well be in addition to the weapons that they've got in their hands. There's another equipment set.
So there could be a French mademoiselle in the back of it.
Could be.
Yeah,
and you think he was just driving her around, and they've said taxi, and they just jumped on and said take us to the front.
Take her to the front.
I think there's an optional extras kit as well, whereby you can replace the arms of the driver to give him a proper Gallic shrug. If you want, I'm joking. It's not really an expansion.
So yes, we're going to need a comment on this video once it's not stopped streaming and been rendered properly and is up as a normal watchable YouTube video. Simply comment on it sometime during the next week, and we'll randomly pick a comment using a random comment picker.
That picks comments randomly.
It randomly will pick a comment randomly from the comments.
What should they make a comment about, do you think?
I don't know. I'm tempted to just say something French, but I don't think that's probably not a good idea.
We could be like, really, I don't know. I was going to say, no, I can't say that. I was going to say something. No, that's not, that would probably not go down well.
Well, could do silly proverbs. We had proverb before, didn't we?
Yeah, don't go to limericks. That's a bad idea. There once was it. No, don't.
Michael Jackman doesn't like it. He says he's not entering this one. TK's upset because there's no decals.
There's also no wings.
You could list a famous French victory.
Zadster said "Good morning."
Good morning.
We could have Pigeon French.
Oh yeah, what some hello quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, quotes from hello or quotes you might like to have seen in hello.
Obviously, keep it clean.
Let's stretch it further. Let's say Dad's Army or hello. I don't know why I'm adding Dad's Army, just to give him a bit more.
Yes,
a bit more.
Yeah, Paul Homer is one that Chris might relate to. Says, "Sorry guys, don't go south of the river."
South of the river.
South of the river.
No, I go south of the river.
South of the river this time of night, Gav.
Yeah, so when the stream is finished, about 5-10 minutes after the stream is finished, it just becomes a normal video on the eModels YouTube channel. So just find the video for this week's show. When you can add a comment, just put a normal comment, like a normal YouTube comment, and put an amusing comment or quote from hello or Dad's Army.
I think I've stopped sharing. I clicked a button and it went away. So
with us.
Yep, and we'll pick a winner next Monday.
Dave Cardboard says, I reckon you need to find some way to get model making chicken to pick the winner.
Yeah.
Well, she just eat the thing with the name on it. So.
Yeah, you'd have to print out all of the names of everybody that entered and see which one she ate first. But...
Or see which one was left when she ate all the others. On this grain of rice, a grain of wheat, I've written your on this grain of wheat. So make sure you stick it in the comments for next week. We do these with the comments on the video, so it just gives people who are watching this not live a chance to answer. If you're watching this not live, as long as it's not next Monday already, you've got more than a good chance of winning, and we'll pick a comment randomly. And we'll remind everyone to do the comments in next week's show because everybody forgets until the show itself. So there you go. But I think that's a really mint little kit, and that's fun. I like that. It's just silly enough to be something I'd probably build.
That's that then.
Cool. Bye. We've got 2 minutes yet.
Oh right, yeah. We'll just Anybody got anything to comment? Anybody in chat got anything just to fill the last 3 minutes before we pull the plug?
Michael Jackman says he's just been joined by a tabby cat and he's turned his nose up at it too. Well, cats are famous for not liking model kits.
Cats are famous for not liking anything.
I bet if you did buy it, win it, build it, and put it on a shelf, the cat would be happy enough to knock it off the shelf for you.
Yeah, I'd Warhammer it. I'd put an Aquila on it, and I'd bolters and stuff, and somehow I'd do it.
I can't say we're shocked.
No, it's difficult to do Warhammering to non-Warhammer kits when they're actually so obviously in a certain scale. Though tanks are fine because there's nothing you can kind of bend the scale a bit. Next Monday is April Fool's Day, says Stephen Hill Harris.
Oh, right, it is. Yeah, but it's after. You can't do an April Fool after midday. Is that right?
I don't know.
Technically, that's correct. Yes,
but nobody pays any attention to that. Ashley Sparrowhawk says, "Will the store be getting the new Revell 148 B1B Lancer when it's out?" No idea. You'd have to ask the guys at eModels. But if you give them an email, drop them an email, or use the contact form on the website, or give them a call apart from on a Monday, they'll be more than happy to let you know. We don't work for eModels. We just do this in our own time. So we have no insight into their stocking of goods.
Troughton Chad comes up with the fact of the day. It would have been the second Doctor, Patrick Troughton's 99th birthday today. You learn something every time you come on the eModels web stream, you know.
Yes. TK asks, so Chris, are you building that Antonov? Have you decided on what your next
was that big plane thing?
Yeah, it's the 1/44th scale.
Yeah, no, I'm not building that.
Have you decided yet what you're going to build?
I have a strong suspicion of what I want to build next. So yes. I'm not saying what it is yet. It's going to be a surprise. But yes, the watchers of the eModels live show will be among the first to know.
Cool. Which reminds me, for those that don't know, if you missed it a couple of days ago, the first or second episode of my little U-Bet build went online, as did the latest episode of the last episode of Simon's GM Gunpla mobile suit build, and the latest episode of Andrew's LaFerrari build. We had a big blob of episodes go up.
Yeah, my second thing, I sorted out my rendering problems with my computer, and that went up during Tuesday or Wednesday last week as well. So yeah,
your mix went up. So we had a whole load of episodes go up at the end of last week. So go and check them out if you've not watched them already.
And now there won't be any for weeks.
Yeah. Well, it'll be when I finish this. We've got a bit more painting on this to do. So I'll probably have it finished by the end of the week, and we'll probably be up the week after. So there you go, a couple of weeks for me.
Yeah, I won't be able to do any on the submarine this week, I don't think, because I'm at work for 2 days. Then I'm having a bathroom delivered, or a bathroom suite.
Here's a question, Ted. You've moved into this house. It's got a bathroom set up there already. What's wrong with it that you have to get a new bathroom set? Is this a Mrs. Ted thing? Are you sitting there going, he's
not allowed to say it. He can't say it out loud. You'll hear.
Yeah. You want it changing. It's not what she likes.
Have you not been able to convince her of the benefits of an avocado bath set, Ted?
Mustard yellow. It was mustard yellow.
Oh.
Yeah, it might need changing.
In that case, I've changed my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife's saying that we need to make room in the spare room for more builds. These are all right. These are the eModels builds. I don't keep them. They go off to eModels.
Yeah.
Mustard yellow. I don't think I want to have a bath in an Austin Allegro. It's just not. No, I want to change it.
Yeah. The bath that I took out. I took the bath out on, what day was it? Yesterday. Yeah, I took the bath out yesterday, and it was a cast iron roll top bath.
That worth a fortune.
Yeah, just take that out, will you? But just take it out. Just take it. But it won't go through the door. It will. No, it won't.
They can actually be very expensive. You can make a lot of money selling those.
Yeah.
All cast iron roll top baths.
Don't tell him that now.
Yeah.
Don't tell Mrs. Ted that ever.
Yeah. It went out in 4 bits and the scrap.
Oh. Michael Jackman says, Ted, build the Panther, please, as your next build.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't want to do a big model yet. Yep. Yeah, I'll be doing something in 1/35th, I think. Yeah, I think I've made my mind up. Yeah. Anyway, we've overstepped. Yeah, the shilling's about to run out in the meter. We've overrun by 2 minutes now. We've been talking for 2 minutes extra. We'll take it off. We'll take it off next week's show.
Time in lieu.
Yeah, but for now, we'll call it a night at this. But thank you very much. My voice is going.
It's definitely over time now because Ted's having a gin shortage, so the voice is going.
I need to top up with gin. So we'll call it a night at that. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you come back next week and we can do it all again with your chance to win something else.
Yeah, don't forget to go and put a comment on this when it becomes a video in about 10 minutes' time to win that awesome kit.
Yeah, it's great. Have some fun with it.
Oh yes,
yeah.
Be silly.
We'll hopefully read 1 or 2 of the cleaner comments out next week.
Yeah, we might just not have to show the comments on.
Yeah, that might.
Some comments. Scrolling.
Yeah. But for now, folks, once again, thank you very much, and we'll see you all next week. Goodbye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.